Civic Arena, the New York Rangers take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Hello, everyone. Welcome to New York Rangers hockey. Sam Rosen along with John Davidson, and this is the start of a long and very important road trip for the New York Rangers.
Well, it's the longest in 5 years, Sam, and yes, I think very important for this hockey club. It's starting in a tough city to win for the Rangers. The Penguins have played well on home ice and ends up in Colorado. In between, you have some Western Canadian cities, and then you go to Phoenix. Yes, it's a tough trip, but I think for the Rangers in recent years when they've had longer road trips, they've done pretty darn well. And the Rangers getting a couple of players back, it's something they look forward to in this game.
That's probably the best news of the night, is that two players in the lineup who weren't there in the last game. Ulf Samuelsson returns from a knee injury, and Brian Noonan returns to the Rangers in a trade.
Ulf Samuelsson back well ahead of schedule. He's usually got a role when he plays in a game, so we'll watch for that. And with Brian Noonan, I think it's a real good fit for the Rangers. He's just a player that can fit on any line. He'll start playing with Nemchinov, but he's a guy that can play on a power play, even on the point if he has to. He's a right-handed shot, not a great goal scorer, but he can score. He can kill penalties. He's strong along the boards. And, in fact, there's the starting line, the third line for the Rangers. Gano with speed, Nemchinov, and then Noonan added to it. I also think in this game you're going to see Noonan spread all around. If Coley Campbell feels this way, he'll throw maybe Noonan up with Gretzky or maybe Noonan up with Mark Messier. It could be very interesting to watch.
Well, we found out how the coach felt about the acquisition of Brian Noonan this morning. We asked him what Brian Noonan brings to the Rangers in his return.
Well, Brian gives us flexibility that we didn't have before. Sergio Momesso was a left winger who played 5-on-5, and we didn't use him to kill penalties nor in the power play. Brian gives us a little more flexibility, being a right-handed shot, can play a little bit of power play, can kill penalties, and can do things from the right side, and he can also play the left side. So it gives us some flexibility that we didn't have before.
Depending on his conditioning, I would think we'll see a lot of Brian Noonan tonight.
He missed the last 3 games with St. Louis, had a little tweak with the knee. He says it's fine, and in fact, he's down 8 pounds from the last time he was a New York Ranger, so he says he's a little bit quicker.
Rangers and Penguins, what's remarkable about these two teams is the similarities in their struggles this year, John.
Sam, think about it. The Rangers 7th in the conference, 6-10-4. Pittsburgh 13th, 5-11-1. You've got Yager, you've got Lemieux, you've got Francis, you've got Leach, you've got Messier, you've got Gretzky. Every one of those guys will be in the Hall of Fame when they retire. Yet look at their win-loss records. It's very tough to figure. The thing about Pittsburgh, though, is their home ice record. 5-1, 23 goals for, only 12 against. On the road, it's completely the opposite. They've really struggled there. However, at least they've got something going for them, and that's their home ice record.
And they've got the hottest goal scorer in the National Hockey League in Jaromir Jagr, who's always been tough for the Rangers to stop.
A lot of baseball pitchers would love this record, 15-4, 15 goals, 4 assists. I mean, any pitcher would love that record. But listen, he may be the best one-on-one player in the league right now. He's very strong along the boards. He's a big guy with a long reach. He's got a great finish. And, you know, with that type of record, 15-4, that means he's not a playmaker. He's more of a shooter. So you've really got to try to work something, cover him quickly. And we'll see if Colin Campbell, how he defends Jagr. Will he put a line against him? Will it be Nicholas Sundstrom? Will it be Ulf Samuelsson? It'll be fun to watch.
Rangers met the Penguins in New York earlier this season. It was the Rangers' best game, probably the Penguins' worst. We'll see how it goes tonight. We'll be back in just a moment.
New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Bud Ice, the official beer sponsor of the NHL. By Delta Airlines, you'll love the way we fly. By American Express, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, American Express helps you do more. And by Nobody Beats the Wiz Home Entertainment Center.
Rangers are winless in their last 5, 0-4-1. Mike Richter gets the call to try and break the streak. And he will be matched up against Ken Reggett, whose 5 wins have all been on home ice. And the Penguins 5-1 at home with 5 straight wins. They lost their opening night home game to Tampa Bay in overtime 4-3 and have won 5 straight at home since. Terry Gregson, the referee, with Pierre Champoux and Gerard Gauthier, the linesman.
Messier having a helmet problem. Mike Folga, the equipment man for the Rangers, is now jogging across the ice surface. There he goes, as he will try to get to the locker room to repair whatever the problem is. Remember that Ken Reggett, the Rangers dominated at times in the playoffs last year against Pittsburgh, here in Pittsburgh, early in games. And it was Reggett that gave Pittsburgh a chance to come back, which they did. But Reggett was certainly very, very, very strong. Now, Messier put a helmet on. I don't know if it's his or not. Yes, it is. It's his. There's a problem with it, so he will not be allowed to wear equipment that is not correct. He may have a screw loose there, or be careful how I say that.
Right.
Gretzky had a smile on his face. Look at Noonan. He's trying to hide a smile. Somebody said something. So there, if there's a screw sticking out, they're going to put some tape over it, and then Mark will be able to put it on to start the game. Terry Gregson being rather liberal here. Some referees would force somebody else onto the ice. Wrapping around the helmet like a bandana, Sam. And
Hey, you know, we saw Glenn Healy do that in Boston. Put tape around it.
He can't go without one. And he may catch cold.
And there's Ulf Samuelsson back a little over 3 weeks out of the lineup with a sprained knee, and he's enjoying the activity around the bench. And this is Ulf in rehab with the brace on the knee. Part of the work he put in to get back in a hurry.
Got 2 braces, one made in California, one made at the Lenox Hill Hospital people put it together. So here we go.
All right. Messier with Graves and Robitaille, the one-time Pittsburgh Penguins, spent the year here. Leach and Bukaboom on defense. Penguins open up with Ron Francis, number 10, Peter Nedved, number 93, Jaromir Jagr, number 68, the leading goal scorer in the National Hockey League with 15. On defense, Chris Tamer, number 2, and Dmitry Mironov, number 15. That shot is a save by Reggett. Rebound, Graves. Stopped by Reggett. He's got it underneath the pad.
And there's a little speed going in this game already. And already Ken Reggett does his thing, making 2 saves. Graves got there for the rebound, had the rebound backhand shot, and Ken Reggett made the save. Messier with the original shot. As you see, Graves gives the puck up. Graves will go to the net hoping that there's either a goal or a rebound. Sure enough, there's a rebound, but Reggett kept his upper body up, did not fall backwards, and was able to make the save off of Adam Graves.
Adam Graves with 7 goals this season.
Pittsburgh makes a quick change. Already they've got Lemieux on the ice, and Francis, his line is up. In fact, Pittsburgh changes all 5 of their players.
Lemieux with Murray, Glenn Murray, number 27, Tomas Sandstrom, number 17, playing the left side, Kevin Hatcher, number 4, and J.J. Daigneault, number 36. Messier still on with the puck for Robitaille off his skate. Taken by Daigneault. Whips it around the boards and out of the zone.
Now, you were telling me before the game, Pittsburgh's had trouble early in games.
Yes, first periods have not been good for them. Good hit by Messier. Turned the puck over. Robitaille moves in. Drops it off for Samuelsson. Saved by Reggett off the right arm and into the crowd. Samuelsson talking to Mario. And Samuelsson, former Penguin.
Already a quick change. Now here's Messier with a hit. Now watch the hook into Messier. Right down to the ice. Right in front of the referee, Terry Gregson. They seem to be letting that go all over the place. So that's a player not able to get into the offensive flow, even though he created the turnover, and Terry Gregson lets it go. Now the helmet being repaired by Mike Folga for Mark Messier. Gretzky's first shift now.
Wayne Gretzky with Nicholas Sundstrom and Brian Noonan on the right side of Wayne Gretzky here. That goes on goal, is stopped by Reggett. Greg Muni, number 28, on defense for Pittsburgh with Ian Moran, number 24. This is Moran coming out. Native of Cleveland, Ohio. Played a couple of years at Boston College.
How about this? Lemieux's on the ice already.
Called. Penalty up on the Rangers as Moran was tripped up.
For the delayed call, Lemieux was on the ice. First power play.
Noonan.
It's a boarding call against Brian Noonan. His first shift for the Rangers. He goes into the penalty box. You've got the number 1 and number 2 ranked power plays in the league here.
Brian Noonan goes to the penalty box in Pittsburgh on the power play. Here's the call.
It's a hit from behind on Ron Francis. Players, no, that's a penalty. There's no doubt about it. As a player moving into a player with his back exposed, you can't hit him. You've got to hold up. You've got to try to turn him and hit him from the side. Brian didn't. And that's a good call. He's in the box. And players, Sam, there's no doubt, know that if you get hit from behind, you're going to draw a penalty. So they stand there and they expose their backs. And they take the hit and draw their team a power play.
Well, the Penguins are 0 for 6 in the last 2 games, but prior to that, they had scored power play goals in 9 straight games. Francis, Jagr, Lemieux, Klima, and Hatcher for the power play. Klima will play the left point. Rangers have Messier and Graves with Leach and Bukaboom. This is Kevin Hatcher. Penguins coming off a 2-1 overtime loss in Pittsburgh on Thursday night, in which they dominated play for good portions of the game.
Yeah, they hit goalposts. Bill Ranford was terrific, and they just couldn't score, especially Lemieux.
Klima's pass was blocked by Messier. Klima again.
See, right there, Bukaboom is trying to stay with Lemieux. The players will try to find Lemieux. He'll sneak into the goalpost right now. See him there behind Bukaboom?
Yep. Yager gets it to try to get it back. Klima to Lemieux and shot it wide.
That's the play. That's what Pittsburgh tries to do.
Francis along the boards. Yager's at the goal line. Yager moves out. For Hatcher, shot blocked and cleared by Bukaboom. Good clear.
4 Rangers change now. All fresh penalty killers.
Yager tied for the league lead with 6 power play goals. Kevin Hatcher with the puck. Hatcher fires it across to Lemieux. He's joined by Klima. Klima back to left point. Lemieux to Yager off his stick. Kovalov picks it up. Has room, and he fires it down. Peter Klima started the season with Los Angeles. He signed there as a free agent and was acquired by the Penguins in a trade for a conditional draft pick. Nedved's lead is to Sandstrom. Sandstrom across with a shot. Saved by Richter. Doesn't see the rebound. Karpovtsev grabbed it. Moved it up the board. Stopped by Daigneault. Blocked by Sundstrom. It bounces out to center. Kovalov couldn't pick it up. 20 seconds to go in the Pittsburgh power play. Sandstrom across. Hooked down by Kovalov. Nothing called on that play.
Kovalov just looked at the referee. He got a break.
Messier moves in against Daigneault and shoots. Saved by Reggett. Good shot by Messier. The runoff with a puck. Outlets to Nedved. Final seconds of Noonan's penalty. Drop pass to Sandstrom. Good play on a takeaway by Messier. Out with Kovalov, and now Noonan's out of the box. Messier's pass was stopped. Daigneault quickly the other way. Dan Quinn, number 9, moves in on Brian Leach. Quinn's speed is off the stick of Nedved and cleared out by Leach. No score in the game. 3.5 minutes gone by in the first. Muni's pass is to Glenn Murray off his glove. Leach has the puck. Tipped ahead by Shane Churla on goal. Reggett reverses for Moran. He's bumped off the play by Graves. Gets it back and moves it ahead. Quinn's lead is to Dan Roach. Dave Roach, excuse me. Roach, number 51. He's tied up by Bukaboom. Played to the side of the net where Richter stopped play. 16:07 to go in the first. No score. Mario Lemieux set up on the power play here.
Well, he didn't get a power play shot. He's over on the left side. See how he's a right-handed shot there below the dot? He's waiting. Here comes a shot, but it goes wide. Sandstrom had the only shot registered by the Penguins. Look at the gun loaded. The puck was rolling. That's his play. Anywhere from the dot down to the goalpost, he likes to sneak in and take the pass.
Rangers now have Nemchinov with Gano and Churla. Lidster and Driver on the ice. Driver checks Glenn Murray. Dan Quinn takes the puck, and Lidster checks him. Around the boards, Ian Moran comes down. He's hit by Gano. Murray bumped by Driver. Chases down the puck. Glenn Murray with 3 goals on the season. Penguins hoping for more from him. Dan Quinn has yet to score a goal. Out in center. Played ahead by Driver, and Moran able to clear the zone, and Glenn Murray breaks in. Lidster gets over. Murray shoots it high. Off the glass and all the way out of the zone.
Good aggressive goaltending by Mike Richter. We got a fight. And Churla gets now. There's another player moving in. Churla was already going with LaRue. And remember, Sam, the playoffs.
This is Antosky here.
Now Antosky moves in, and there should be a third man here. And Antosky should be thrown right out of this one. Churla was going with LaRue. They broke it up, and Antosky came flying in there. Hey, remember the playoffs with LaRue? LaRue took some dives in the playoffs, and it cost Churla. Well, Antosky's a big guy.
Oh, he's very big, very strong.
Churla, I think, knew. Sam, in my mind, I think he knew that this was a game where there was some payback involving LaRue. LaRue drew penalties in the playoffs by diving last year. I remember that very clearly. I think it really upset Churla.
Churla cut over the eyes.
Well, he had to go after 2 big guys.
And Antosky is being escorted to the locker room, so he's gone.
And Shane's got to have the eye looked after by the looks of it, too. Looks like it may be a serious cut here. By Jim Ramsey checking it out. Now here's the shot by Glenn Murray. Richter aggressive on it. Litzer cut Murray off on the side here. Now Churla moves over, and he meets with LaRue right there. Now they're going to go. See, they're going. Now here comes Antosky as the third guy, and when the linesman separated the first two, Antosky jumps in, and Antosky, in my mind, should be out of this one.
No, he's gone. He's gone, Judd.
Okay, yeah.
He's gone to the locker room. He's done.
I don't mean just now. What I'm getting at, Sam, is for the night. I'm not talking maybe 10 minutes.
No, he is.
Did they announce it already?
They haven't, but...
No, we don't know that.
Well, why would he have gone to the locker room?
He maybe got 15 minutes. Who knows how many minutes he got with 15:22 left. What I meant is for the evening.
Well, it hasn't been announced, but I would expect that would be the call. Following Shane Churla in practice, he's been working out with Eric Cairns. Cairns is scratchy.
Cairns is so big, he reminds me of LaRue, probably.
Now, this is not serious. This is practice for these guys.
Also trying to teach Cairns a little bit about if you're going to be a big guy and you have to scrap in this game, how to wrestle, how to get a guy's arms down. It's part of the racket.
Cairns is scratched from the lineup tonight. Rangers scratching Pat Flatley, Bill Berg, Jay Moore, and Eric Cairns. Penguins scratching Joe Mullen, Joe Dietrich, Alex Stoyanov, another big guy, and Neil Wilkinson, who is about 2 weeks away after having had abdominal surgery.
2 minutes for high sticking, 5 minutes for fighting.
7 minutes to Churla, 2 for high sticking, 5 for fighting.
2 minutes for instigating, 5 minutes for fighting, and 10 minutes misconduct.
Oh, he didn't get his game.
To me, well, I guess that's the way Terry Gregson works the rules, but to me, if it's an instigator,
Well, you get 2 for instigating. He stays in 5 for fighting and 10-minute misconduct. So 17 minutes to Sean Antosky.
that's why I was wondering if he had been tossed or not.
You're right. It should have been a third man in.
That's what I think. Absolutely. No doubt in my mind, Sam. Absolute third man. To me, there was an ongoing scrap with those two guys.
Yeah.
Churla had the 2 minutes coming to him, right? The other guy starts something and develops into something nasty. Get the guy out of the game. No reason for him to be in the game in my mind right now.
Here's Daigneault with the puck for Pittsburgh. No score in the game. Almost 5 minutes gone by in the first period. Richter stops it, plays it away from Glenn Murray. Rangers have Karpovtsev and Samuelson on the ice. Pittsburgh with Lemieux, Sandstrom, and Murray. Hatcher and Daigneault. Kovalov sends it in. Kovalov's with Gretzky and Sundstrom. Kevin Hatcher, who scored the Penguins' only goal in the 2-1 loss in Pittsburgh. He was with the goaltender pulled. Play stopped with 14:41. Take another look at what was going on, what John was talking about, what we think should have been the third man in.
See, to me, with Churla and LaRue going, here you can see the linesman breaks them up, and Churla doesn't do it. Now here comes the third guy. He throws the first punch. And just to me, I don't understand why he's still in the game.
Well,
what are you doing?
If it was last year's instigator rules, he'd be gone, and he deserved to be gone.
Absolutely. I just, to me, it was another fight, another altercation that a third guy started. It's how everybody interprets the rules. But to me, that is just something that was almost a behind-the-back sneak attack. Get the guy out of the game.
Pass across from Robitaille. Messier moving in. There's a penalty upcoming on Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Tamer for slashing. It's a 2-minute slashing call. So the Rangers will get a power play.
I talk about the similarities of these teams. Both tend to take undisciplined penalties, a lot more than they should. Both teams have had trouble in the penalty killing. Rangers are 21st, Pittsburgh's 23rd.
Right.
Both are good on the power play when they get power play
And they're not
chances.
scoring goals. It's different, isn't it? It's something really strange out there. So Tamer gets the slashing penalty, and I think when he used the stick to slash, I think he hit part of the equipment that made a big noise. And that's why he got the call. On the lower side, see, there's a tap. Sam, that's a love tap. I'm telling you, to me, and I don't know if I'm going a little bit overboard with the referee here early, but that was, to me, it's almost a makeup. That was a love tap to the pants. And now Tamer's in the box. It's strange.
Tamer for slashing at 5:31. The Rangers, who have had only 2 power play chances in each of their last 4 games, are second in the number of power play goals scored in the league. Colorado has 23, Rangers 22. Regan with a great stop, and he covers up.
Oh, Gretzky and a Robitaille off the face-off, dropping of the puck, and what a shot and a save that was. And Robitaille is playing with a very sore ankle. In fact, he had it drained a couple of days ago. Watch Gretzky move the puck to his right with some help from Nedved, and Robitaille showing quickness there, beating the defenseman Daniel to the puck. And a quick shot, a real sharp, quick leg save by Kenny Regan, who was ready for it.
Rangers have Gretzky, Robitaille, and Noonan, Leach, and Driver for the power play. Gretzky shoots off the draw, and Regan made the save. So Gretzky has beaten Nedved twice on face-offs here.
Interesting how Pittsburgh's going with Nedved and not Ronnie Francis. Now Nedved loses 2 in a row. He's gone to the bench and doesn't look too happy either. This time Gretzky just to the net. Quick shot, good shot, and a smart save. Now it's Lemieux against Gretzky. They want that right-handed face-off guy.
Gretzky wins again. Leach turns, winds up and shoots, saved by Regan. Hatcher drives it off the glass. Leach is there to stop it. Plays it across the Driver with some room. He shoots, blocked in front. Bounces all the way out. Past Lemieux to Leach. Moves it to Noonan and out to Driver. Gretzky along the boards. Now Driver looking, shooting, deflected on the way in wide. Played behind the net by Robitaille. Driver gets there. He's checked by Francis, who gets it to Daniel, who's able to clear.
Gretzky, in about 15 seconds, set up or had 3 shots on goal on the power play for the Rangers.
Leach to Gretzky. All the way across to Robitaille. Noonan heads for the net. Robitaille waits. His pass deflects off Craig Muni. Noonan, back pass to Leach. Down to Gretzky. Nedved is back on. Shot by Leach. Saved by Regan. Rebound to Gretzky. He holds. Now Leach shoots. Saved by Regan as Noonan was trying to cut in front. Noonan with a good play to get it to Robitaille. 50 seconds left in the power play. Gretzky to Noonan. Trying to wrap it around, but it went off his stick. Around to Gretzky behind the net. In front for Robitaille. Knocks it down, shoots, and it was deflected wide. Noonan tripped up Moran. Nothing detected there. Out to Driver. Long shot. Blocked in front. Good play by a sliding Craig Muni. Yager to Nedved. Nedved against Leach. Leach takes it back. 25 seconds left in the power play. Messier's on with a nice lead to Kovalov. Breaking in, and it slid off his stick. He runs into the goaltender hard, and the puck is cleared out. Nedved's got the puck. Now Yager with 10 seconds to go on the Rangers power play. It's played deep into the zone.
10-3 the shots in favor of the Rangers. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Ken Regan's been special. Rangers have played very well, and Sam, it's fun to watch 2 teams go at it like this.
Yes, Kovalov shoots, Regan to save, and Tamer's back teams are full strength. Each team 0 for 1 on the power play. No score in the game. 12-18 remaining. Icing waved off. Kovalov plays the puck. Karpovtsev had trouble and clears it out. Tamer sends it back. Dave Roach slowed down. Peter Klima gave it up. Graves tried to get it to Messier, but Tamer stopped it. Dave Roach chasing down. Karpovtsev on him. Good play by Karpovtsev. Moves it out of the zone, but all the way down it goes. Regan stops it, plays it away from Nemchinov. Up to Roach in center. Here's Glenn Murray's pass off the skate of Lidster. Driver turns the other way. Nice lead for Gano.
That was the case of Glenn Murray seeing Lemieux. Pass it to Lemieux. Don't shoot it myself. And it didn't work.
Mironov took the puck back and cleared the zone. Lemieux trying to beat Lidster. Nemchinov has it. A quiet crowd, a sellout crowd here at the Pittsburgh Civic Arena. Their first since opening night.
The Rangers have sold out every road game they've played.
There's Mironov. Cross for Gano. And back to the puck. J.J. Daigneault. Penguins have had 9 games in which they've scored 2 goals or fewer. Rangers have had 12. Fans roar as Leach had his helmet pulled off, and he was tangled up, I believe, with Ron Francis.
Right. He was picking and holding up Francis.
There's a lead for Francis. Ian Moran moves in and shoots. Saved by Richter. Bukaboom lets Gretzky play it. Leach without the helmet goes after it. Kept in by Nedved. Francis across to Yager. And he's hooked and tied up by Bukaboom, who stays all over him. And Gretzky moves the puck. Leach carries. Now Gretzky with Langdon trailing. 3-on-2 across the line. Langdon shoots. Save. Rebound. Saved by Reggett. Langdon with 2 shots.
This reminds me of the playoffs last year. Same thing. Rangers dominating here. 13-4 the shots. Just dominating. And Ken Reggett, he's stopping here. Looks like he's a Superman in there.
This is typical Pittsburgh this season. Very slow starting in the first period. Icing is whistled against Pittsburgh. 9:54 to go. First period as Samuelson and Sandstrom are separated. A little of everything for Brian Leach on that last play.
It's always tough when you play against these high-profile forwards of Pittsburgh. Now, as the puck is moved in, you see Leach stay and hold up Francis and stay with him and stay with him. Then the wrestling match is on. Leach won the wrestling match and lost his helmet. There's a Francis and Langdon now as Langdon there pulls Francis down. A lot of that going on these days. You know, Langdon jumped back into the play on a 3-on-2 with Gretzky. And Langdon put a real good shot on goal. A real good shot. And again, Ken Reggett was there.
Ronnie Francis second on the Penguins with 20 points. Leads the team with 15 assists.
And he had a late night last night.
Yeah, third child born. Baby boy, second boy, has 1 girl. Klima has it swept aside by Karpovtsev, and he tried to center it, went off the skate. Kovalov picks it up. And Chinov, Kovalov, and Gano for the Rangers. Gano sends it in. Reggett stops, lays it around the boards to Dave Roach.
Rangers trying to change their defense now, Sam. Samuelson was halfway over, came back, stayed on. They want to change and save Samuelson and Karpovtsev for the Lemieux line or the Francis line or one of the top 2 lines anyway.
Well, Lemieux is on. Samuelson now goes off and Driver joins Lidster. So Lemieux is on with Sandstrom and Murray opposite Lidster and Driver.
The coaches trying to stay ahead of each other with their changes on the fly.
Robitaille tied up with Tamer. Lemieux has the puck. It's blocked by Messier. Covered by Reggett at the side of the net. It was an offside on the play anyway.
How about Buffalo today? The clock fell.
The scoreboard.
Scoreboard.
Oh, man.
It fell 40 feet. No one injured. It had a warning device on it, like you see a truck when it goes to back up, you hear the beep, beep, beep. That's what the warning device went on with the clock itself. One of the hooks had wriggled free that was holding it through the cable up into the roof, and it fell. 2 sides are still standing. The rest of it is destroyed, and it looks like it will need to be replaced completely.
I hope they have the insurance premiums paid up.
I certainly think so.
Wow. That's unbelievable. Tonight's game was canceled. The game against Boston canceled. Hey, these 2 guys have met up, and the good news for the Rangers is that Gretzky leads 14-7-1 in the head-to-head matchup. Look at these numbers. Gretzky against Pittsburgh in head-to-head matchups with Mario Lemieux.
The last time Wayne came in here was last season with St. Louis. The final score was 8-4 Pittsburgh. Mario had 5 goals, 2 assists.
I remember that game.
We watched the game, and he could have had 10 points that night. That's how good Pittsburgh was on that occasion. He scored St. Louis.
He scored 5 goals, could have had 8.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. But this year's been a different story. He's had trouble finishing. He's had trouble on breakaways a lot this year. And no one seems to know why.
They couldn't believe the other night he was at the top of the crease all alone and banged one right into the goaltender.
Yeah, and in Boston.
Yeah.
Earlier in the year, he got beat on a breakaway by Corey Hirsch in Vancouver late in the game.
There's Lemieux, takes the bump, swept it right through the crease. No score in the game. 8.5 minutes to go in the first period. J.J. Daniel with the puck. The game in New York in which the Rangers won 8-1. Rangers had 48 shots on goal. 13 already in this one. Here in the first period. Pittsburgh with 4. Here's Noonan playing it ahead to Gretzky. Tipped ahead to Noonan. He shoots. Saved by Reggett. Sundstrom with a nice takeaway. Sets up Driver. Played it for Gretzky, but missed. Gretzky's pass blocked and moved by Kevin Hatcher.
Have a forward back.
4-on-2. The forward is Sundstrom. Lidster the defenseman. Here comes Daniel. Save made by Richter. Rebound kept in by Nedved. Nedved looks toward the net. Played it all the way through, and Robitaille takes over. Robitaille with Gretzky. On the far side, Sundstrom. It's blocked in front by Moran. And Moran outlet to Jaromir Jagr. Jagr with 11 goals in his last 9 games. Shoots and a save by Richter. Francis has the puck. He's checked there by Karpovtsev.
Mike Richter with not as much work as Reggett, but he's been exceptional.
Graves carries the puck. Ian Moran is there. Played on goal. Reggett covers up. Gets the whistle. 7:20 to go in the first.
And we've seen more odd man rushes here in the first 12 and a half minutes than we see sometimes in a game or two put together. I've thoroughly enjoyed the pace that we've seen with these two teams. They move the puck quickly out of their zone when they're playing this style of a game. And the goaltenders have been the stars so far. 15-6 the shots in favor of the Rangers. You can see as Sundstrom now is playing right defense and he's backing up. Hatcher was very slow in developing this play. So Daniel said, I'll just go to the net. Sure enough, he got the puck. And Richter kicked that one out with his left foot. Later, he made a save with his right foot on Yager. He's been real good.
Messier went on goal on the face-off against Nedved.
They're working Nedved over, aren't they? On the near side, the right side of Ken Reggett, that face-off circle.
Moran for Nedved. And now it's Craig Muni. Yager against Samuelson. Yager looking. Samuelson takes him down. Penalty call.
His arm was up. There was no doubt that Samuelson had his left arm up on Yager, and then Yager embellished it by diving as his feet went right out from under him. When and with the referee on the opposite side of the ice, it was a good play by Yager. And Samuelson's upset. 2-minute holding call. His one arm did go up on Yager. You'll see it go up high around his neck. There's no doubt about it. You'll see it in a moment as Yager stops and he tries to change direction. There's the high arm. Now watch the legs go out. And with the referee on the other side of the ice, he saw the hold. Well, made the call.
With the referees letting a lot more go this year, you almost have to do it that way to try and get the penalty. Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly because friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser.
The first power play by Pittsburgh, only one shot on goal. That was a wrist shot from Sandstrom. And Pittsburgh does not, Sam, put somebody right in front of Richter. The Rangers power play, they jam the net and take shots from the blue line. This Pittsburgh power play is more of a let's pass the puck across the top of the goal crease and make a nice play.
Hatcher and Klima play the points. Yager, Francis, and Lemieux up front. Good takeaway by the Rangers and a clear. Rangers have done a good job on faceoffs. Messier, Graves, Leach, and Bukaboom, and good job on the takeaway and the penalty kill. Half a minute gone by on the Samuelson penalty. There's Yager coming across, cuts in on Leach, plays it to Lemieux, hops over his stick, gets it back to Klima. Big drive wide. Peter Klima with only one goal on the season. Moves it down to Lemieux. He's checked by Bukaboom. Goes down. Messier outlets to Graves and races down the right side. Gets it back. Messier moves in for Graves, and it was tipped. Good play by Klima coming back.
Messier knew it was Klima playing the left point, so he knew he could make a play and try and get offense. But give Klima credit. He back-checked and made a nice play to break it up.
Yager moving through center. Yager plays it across to Lemieux. The penalty, by the way, if you're keeping score, is Samuelson for holding at 13:03. Lidster's on. Tries to move it. It was deflected. Francis has it. Shoots just wide. Richter may have gotten a piece. Mironov at the right point. Mironov and Daigneault on with Francis, Yager, and Lemieux. 32 seconds to go on the power play. 5:25 to go on the first. No score. Mironov to Yager. Now to Daigneault. Now to Lemieux.
They don't shoot it much from the blue line. Klima tried one from the blue line.
Francis for Yager, and he was checked by Graves.
Again, Sam, it's all down low plays with this Pittsburgh power play.
Graves trying to clear, was blocked. Lidster has the puck, backhands it off the glass. Mironov stops it. No, he didn't. He looked up, missed it, and the puck out of the zone. Samuelson sets the return. Yager comes back in. Daigneault goes deep against Sundstrom. Samuelson's back, teams are at full strength. Put in front, intercepted by Leach. Penguins 0 for 2 on the power play. Here's the lead to Gretzky breaking in. He hit the crossbar.
Well,
he raised his arms. He thought it was in, but it hit the bar.
Yeah, it didn't go in. Then he got knocked down by Sandstrom. What two great plays. It was Leach and Sundstrom with the passes.
Mironov checked along the boards by Leach. Nedved moving in. Plays it deep. Richter leaves it to Bukaboom. He's checked there by Sandstrom. Shot hit the post by Lemieux. Another shot by Nedved is blocked. Nedved intercepted by Bukaboom. Back up the boards. Nedved keeps it in, but gave it up to Sundstrom. Nedved takes it back. Nedved looking. Blocked in front by Leach with Lemieux all alone at the right side. The right post. Here come the Rangers the other way. Darren Langdon. 4 minutes to go. First period, no score in the game. Penguins did not have a shot on goal on that last power play.
And only one on the first power play.
Glenn Murray beaten to the puck by Samuelson. Murray got a piece of it. Trying to get it back for Quinn. He was spun around and hit by Crawfordstead. Battle for the puck. Langdon was hit by Roach. Roach with a good play. Can't get out in front. Shoots, and it's stopped by Richter. Pucked into the air. He gloved it and holds on. 3:39 to go in the first. No score in the game. Wayne Gretzky still can't believe that puck did not go in the net.
Boy, watch Leach with a perfect pass here. And then you see the second pass. I'm not sure who made the second pass. May have been Samuelson out of the penalty box. There's the shot up high and definitely off the crossbar. Did not go in. Wayne thought it did. He raised his arms up, actually, thinking he had scored. See, right here, he thinks it's in. He thought it hit the back bar in the middle of the net, came out. But there's no doubt, and Terry Gregson did go upstairs to the video replay booth to check it out during the television timeout.
And motion to Wayne, and it hit the bar. Lead intended for Gano. Offside, whistled on the play. 3:32 to go in this first period. Rangers are one of only 3 teams in the NHL with a winning record here at the Pittsburgh Civic Arena. The other is Boston and Montreal. Rangers 37, 33, and 11 lifetime. That's in the history of the two teams head-to-head.
Points for Life Fund. Today, the total is $2,100.
Nemchinov with Gano and Kovalov. Lidster and Driver for the Rangers. Roach is stopped. Klima, Quinn, and Roach. Pittsburgh going with 7 defensemen. Joey Mullen's been in and out of the lineup. Healthy scratch. He has not scored this year. Still sitting at 495 goals. That centering pass was blocked. Quinn behind the net. Looking to make a play. Quinn. Checked by Driver. Backhander goes wide. Gano back for the puck. Able to lift it out of the zone. Knocked down by Chris Tamer, who will be our intermission guest following the first period. Peter Klima against Bruce Driver. Crispino is standing by at the MSG Sports Desk with scores and highlights of hockey, basketball, and college football. Long drive by Gano, knocked away with a blocker by Ken Reggett. One game this afternoon, the Devils coming from 2 goals down to beat Tampa Bay 6-3. Kovalov double-teamed along the boards. The Devils have now won 6 of their last 7. Around the boards off the stick of Daigneault. 2:25 to go in the first period.
Bill Samuelson has looked pretty good, Sam.
Yeah.
2 to 3 weeks early coming back, and he does not look like his timing's out of pace at all.
Oh, Samuelson moves the puck. This is Brian Noonan cutting in. Daigneault checks him. Back behind the net, Sundstrom checked by Hatcher, and Mario Lemieux takes over. Out for Glenn Murray. Leach is there. Murray has it back. Nice pass for Lemieux, but he lost control of it. Mario has it again for Nedved. Off his stick, offside.
And Leach made a good play coming back to help force the offside. Brian Noonan not skating too badly either, coming back from the knee problem that he had.
31-year-old Brian Noonan, who spent 7 years in the Chicago organization. Rangers got him late in 1994 season. The 93-94 season for the run for the Stanley Cup. He played 22 playoff games, and he was a very good role player for the Rangers. Played the lockout season, as you mentioned, John, and then signed a free agent deal with St. Louis, a lucrative package, a 3-year contract.
If you look at some of the photos of the game-winning goal in Game 7 against Vancouver with Messier scoring, Noonan was the winger on the far side of the ice.
He may have gotten the goal.
That's still debatable, isn't it?
That's right. But it was given to Mark Messier. There is Ian Moran, spent a couple of years at Boston College. He's a Cleveland, Ohio native. The Bob Stores Intermission Report is coming up. And we start with Chris Tamer, who's really become the #1 defenseman for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Then Mike Crispino at the MSG Sports Desk. And first period highlights here.
This is that face-off circle where the Nedved has been beaten by the Rangers in a number of different ways. Gretzky shooting, Messier shooting. See what happens here.
Messier won by Nedved this time. But it comes out to Bukaboom. Uni missed it. Grave shot, deflected. Good play by Reggett. He got the stick on it. Yager moves it out of the zone, and Leach back to Messier. Rangers with 17 shots. Penguins 7. No score in the game. Nedved for Yager. Boom bangs it off the glass. New glass in the Civic Arena this year, the seamless glass.
And boards.
Nedved shot blocked by Leach. Yager moves in against Boom. Boom wraps him up. Score! Ian Moran moving in from the right point. Gets the goal, and Pittsburgh takes a 1-0 lead. Moran's first of the season.
The puck was in the corner. As it came out of the corner, Moran, who does a lot of pinching, and he likes to move in, got the puck, and it was redirected through the legs, as you see right here. Yager and Boom, two big men. And that's what makes Yager so good, is his strength. And he made the pass out, and then you're going to see Moran's shot right from the slot deflect off of somebody. Right there, maybe Brian Leach, yes, off his stick and through the legs of Mike Richter. And Pittsburgh gets the first goal of the game with 1:01 to go here in the first period. Brian Leach looked like he was trying to get out of the way to allow Richter to see it. But the puck hit his blade and through the legs.
Second career goal for Ian Moran. He had 1 goal in 51 games last season. His first in his 8th game this season.
Sam, that 15-4 record of Yager now goes to 15-5, and that was a nice assist.
Moran from Yager and Nedved at 18:59. A late first period goal giving the Penguins the lead.
For the Rangers, it's got to be frustrating. They've controlled the majority of the period. 17-8 the shots, yet they trail 1-0.
Still can't score. Samuelson and Murray. Samuelson moves it up the boards for Gretzky. Now it's Sundstrom. Across with Noonan. Noonan moves in against Tamer. Karpovtsev played it deep, and it's cleared out of the zone. And we come to the end of the first period. Rangers get 17 shots on goal. Penguins get 8. They scored on the 8-1. Ian Moran getting the goal. And the Penguins, who have won 5 in a row on home ice, head for the locker room with a lead on the Rangers of 1-0. Back at Pittsburgh Civic Arena, Rangers and Penguins getting set for the start of the second period. Mark Messier had 2 shots on goal in the first period. He's on with Luc Robitaille and Adam Graves, Alexander Karpovtsev, and Ulf Samuelsson. Francis, Yager, Nedved, Moran, and Tamer for Pittsburgh. Here's Graves shooting. He scores. It was in. I thought for a moment it hit the post and bounced out the way things have been going for the Rangers. That was in 10 seconds into the second period. Adam Graves with his 8th of the season. It's a 1-1 game.
It was against the Nedved Francis line, and Graves with a big slap shot beats Ken Reagan. You win a neutral zone draw, you never know, and Messier did that. Defense to defense pass, and here's the little bit of a break as the puck went off the skate blade, and then Graves just blasted it. Big slap shot. Adam Graves, who usually scores his goals around the top of the goal crease, this time it was from the top of the circle. We're tied up at 1.
And I'm sure from Colin Campbell and the rest of the Rangers on the bench, thanks, we needed that. Boom toward the net, knocked down by Daigneault. Fires to Lemieux off his skate. Lemieux has it back and lost it to Gretzky. Here's Brian Noonan on the off wing. Turning, he shoots at the outside of the net. Around to Sundstrom. His pass was deflected. Lemieux clears the zone to Sandstrom. Now it's Lemieux, Sandstrom, and Klima. Leach to Gretzky. And now Nicholas Sundstrom. Gets it back for Noonan. Out to Boom for the drive that's blocked. Boom trying to keep it in. It was blocked, and Quinn and Klima 2-on-1 against Leach. 3-on-1 develops, and he missed the net. Bounces in front. Klima with the shot that went over the top. Noonan just slides it into the Pittsburgh zone. Moran able to work it to Dave Roach. He's tied up, and Nemchinov took it away. Lidster to the puck. Deflected by Daigneault. Kovalov avoids Daigneault. Works it to Gano. Gano looking. Fires across for Kovalov. He was checked there by Dan Quinn. And And it's cleared out of the zone all the way down. Icing was waved off. Richter leaves it for Bruce Driver. The goal scoring, by the way, was Graves' 8th from Karpovtsev and Samuelson at 10 seconds. Kovalov wrist shot saved by Reggett, juggles it and holds on. And a little pushing and shoving in front.
He went to the net to try and find a rebound. Gano was on the other side of the goal, and he was taken right in behind the goal line. So the Rangers get the early goal here in this second period to tie it up at 1.
A minute 55 seconds in. There's the line of Nemchinov, Gano, and Kovalov sit down.
Kovalov playing on the line with Nemchinov. They've clicked once in a while in previous times. Now here's Dick Todd, the assistant coach, working with Nemchinov. It was about face-offs. It was about Nemchinov in a defensive zone. He only lost 2 the other night to Philadelphia defensively, but the coaching staff said you can't lose them clean defensively. I mean, if you can't win them, at least tie. Don't lose real quick and set up a scoring chance by the other team. So they're really working with all the centermen to try to get them to be more consistent on their draws and not have to rely on Messier shift after shift, face-off after face-off.
Hard-working shift here by Graves, Robitaille, and Messier. Puck slides into the crease and is covered by Reggett. Good work by Adam Graves. Thus far having a strong game. Let's take a look at the first period scoring summary. It's brought to you by Hertz, for business, for pleasure. Nobody does it exactly like Hertz. Ian Moran with his first of the season at 18:59. Jágr and Nedved assisted. Rangers outshot the Penguins 17-8. Each team going scoreless on the power play. Rangers had 6 shots on their 1 power play. Rangers winning 11 out of 19 faceoffs. Messier 7 of 9. Francis 0 for 5, which is surprising. Rangers with better quality chances, but the Penguins had the only goal of the first period.
Francis did not get a shot in the first period. Neither did Lemieux.
That deflected on goal. Reggett stopped it.
Nedved did not. Jágr had 1. So you look at the big players of Pittsburgh in the first period, they were shut down. By the way, Shane Churl has gone to the hospital for x-rays. We'll try to find out more later, but with that immediate swelling, it does not look good as far as the cheekbone, the left side of Churl's face.
Took a hard right hand from Sean Antoski. Antoski, by the way, was sitting in the penalty box to start the period. I don't know where he's gone.
His time's expired. I think he's on the bench now.
Okay. Oh, good point, John. You're right. He is back
given
on
a
the
green
bench.
light to stay in the game.
Messier dumps it into the corner. Chris Tamer goes back to get it. For Jágr. Gave it up. Gretzky puts it in front, but Hatcher stops it. Nice feed to Nedved. Drops it back for Jágr. Jágr centering for Lemieux, and it was blocked. Lemieux, Jágr, and Nedved, the big guns out on the ice. Now Nedved going off. Leach taking the puck away nicely. J.J. Daigneault. Noonan checking him. Daigneault works it around for Lemieux, who's on with Sandstrom and Murray. Kevin Hatcher winds up. Oh, what a play by Sundstrom. He's got Kovalov, and he breaks in. Kovalov scores! Oh, what a play Nicholas Sundstrom made and sent Alex Kovalov in on a breakaway, and the Rangers have a 2-1 lead.
Under 4 minutes in the second period, the Rangers scored a tie, and they scored to take the lead. Did Kovalov make this look easy? My goodness, the hands, remarkable. What a play by Sundstrom. Late in the shift, he's on the ice with Gretzky and Noonan. And watch his back check. As he's back checking, Noonan goes off the ice. On comes Kovalov. And look at the quick pass on Kovalov's hands. Back, forth, and all of a sudden he opens up the legs of Ken Reggett and makes the deposit. There's the play. Kovalov now is jumping off the bench. He's on the ice. What a pass. Now Kovalov can take his time. Oh, man, right through the wickets, and the Rangers have a 2-1 lead.
Alex Kovalov had gone 5 games without scoring a goal. Breaks the Schneid with the goal here. His 6th of the season to give the Rangers the lead for the first time. But an amazingly well-timed play by Nicholas Sundstrom to take the puck away from Kevin Hatcher. Lemieux has it deflected on goal, and Richter flops down on top of it. 15:37 to go in the second. The Rangers have a 2-1 lead. Nicklas Sundstrom with a marvelous play here.
You have to pick up your man back checking. He did so, and he got the puck from Hatcher, led Kovalov. Boy, did he make it look easy. Marv, look at the head up by Kovalov. Good little quick move. It opened up the leg. Reagan reached back with his catching glove, trying to stop the puck as it went through his legs, but he didn't have any luck doing so.
Kenny Reget's last home game was a 3-0 shutout over Buffalo. Good save by Richter through a screen. Moran with a tough low shot. Kovalov the other way. Nemchinov. Pass across. They score. Darren Langdon off a great feed from Sergei Nemchinov. And the Rangers have scored 3 goals in a span of 4 minutes and 36 seconds and have taken a 3-1 lead.
Langdon, second of the year. You know, the Rangers lost the draw clean. It was Nemchinov, and Richter makes a good save through traffic. Here's the point shot coming up. Look at in front. Richter with a nice save. Now explode offensively. And you see here Kovalov makes a nice play. Langdon has just come off the bench, and he scores on a beautiful pass from Nemchinov. Now you see the play where there's the man going to the bench. There's Langdon jumping off the bench. He's not picked up by Quinn immediately, and Sergei Nemchinov with a terrific pass right on the blade of Langdon, and he redirects the puck right in behind Kenny Regan. The Rangers explode offensively.
Langdon had a couple of chances in the first period and was stopped by Ken Regan, but a beautiful passing play. It's Langdon from Nemchinov and Kovalov.
And now this forces Pittsburgh into using almost 2 lines, Tim.
Yeah.
You know, they'll go with their big players as much as they can to try to catch up, even though it's early in the second.
Graves, quick shot, knocked away by Regan. Where's the puck?
Went off the boards and into the stands. The brand new boards and brand new glass, as you mentioned. You know the seamless glass, the panes?
Yeah.
The smaller panes of glass weigh 360 pounds. The big one's 500 pounds. Ooh. And the old glass and boards here used to give a good foot. Every time that you hit a defenseman, the boards and the glass would bend way back like a tree in the wind, right? Now they don't budge. The players don't much like them here in Pittsburgh because when you get hit into the boards, it hurts.
The scoring Kovalov with his 6th from Sundstrom at 3:59. 37 seconds later, it's Langdon, his 2nd from Nemchinov and Kovalov at 4:36. And the 3 goals came in a span of 4:26, as Graves scored the first goal at 10 seconds. So an offensive explosion for the Rangers here in the second period, giving them a 3-1 lead on the Penguins.
Yeah, less than 5 minutes.
Penguins had only given up 12 goals on home ice all season in 6 games.
It's like the Rangers have hit the lottery here.
Nedved, hooked by Messier, able to get it to Jágr. Jágr fires high and off the glass around the Tamer. Now it's Nedved turning. Tamer coming down, gets it across to Mironov, but a good play by Karpovtsev deflected the shot. Jágr's got it. Whacked by Karpovtsev, who tries to stay with him. Jágr turns.
It's a man-on-man all over the ice here. Man-on-man.
Jágr whacked him with a stick twice. Jágr turns. Karpovtsev was the man whacking Jágr with a stick. Jágr against Samuelsson. Messier comes back to help out.
A great job defensively. Lots of pressure, but no Pittsburgh shot, and no Ranger taking a penalty.
Samuelsson to Graves. The shot saved by Regan. Samuelsson after the rebound. Regan covers up.
So the best chance by Pittsburgh was when Mironov, the defenseman, moved in, but he missed the net on the play. Remember, Moran has the only goal for Pittsburgh, and he's a defenseman moving in late in the first period. So the forwards have to be aware of the Pittsburgh defenseman moving in when the puck is down low. See, there's the pass across. That was a nice play there by Karpovtsev. Nice play. Now he's using his stick, but mostly on the stick of Jágr. Look at Jágr's strength. That's his office. Down low along the goal line. So hard to beat, and the Rangers are smart in not taking a penalty on him. Sticks down on him. The tapping across the thigh and stick. Not taking a penalty, and no scoring chance, really.
Sandstrom stopped by Bukaboom. And it's picked up by Noonan. Brings it across. Plays it side of the net. Gloved by Regan. Drops it off for Daigneault. 6.5 minutes gone in the second period. Rangers have taken a 3-1 lead. And this is the Rangers' biggest goal output in the last 5 games. Glenn Murray Murray against Bukaboom. Sundstrom looking for it. Murray's down on the ice, pushes it to Sandstrom. Sundstrom takes it away, gets it to Gretzky. Out with Leach and Noonan. Lead to Leach, breaking through. Hooked a little bit by Daigneault. And the puck given up and cleared out by the Penguins. They try to come in 2-on-2.
Hand pass.
And that'll bring it back.
From Murray to Lemieux. Oh, boy, Lemieux just fired the puck all the way down the ice.
A little upset.
He's a little upset, yeah. He fired it all the way back down to Ken Reagan's goal, and he's lucky he doesn't get a delay of game penalty there. And as a matter of fact, Coley Campbell is yelling at the referee right now, saying it should be a penalty. Maybe if it wasn't Lemieux, there may have been a penalty call. But he got mad, and he had one hand on the stick, and he just banged the puck all the way down the ice. But we move on. Coley Campbell's Rangers playing the best they've played in some time.
And playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Defensively and maybe offensively for the first time.
Langdon battling Moran for the puck. Nemchinov takes it. He's got Kovalov in front, but a good play by Craig Muni broke it up. Muni's got it. Up the board, stopped by Kovalov. So this line of Nemchinov, Kovalov, and Langdon have put together a nice effort here in the second period. Kovalov a goal and an assist. Nemchinov an assist. Langdon a goal. Litzner plays it deep. Moran around the board, stopped by Driver. Nemchinov in the corner. Penalty upcoming on the Penguins. Nemchinov controlling. Plays it to Driver. Driver looking toward the net. Looking for a deflection from Langdon and went wide. Rangers have an extra skater on. And finally, the Penguins gain control, but the Rangers get a power play on an interference call with 12:13 to go in the second, and the Rangers leading. Craig Muni sits for interference at 7:47. Rangers' second power play. They're 0 for 1.
There's Muni working on Nemchinov in behind the goal net. And the Rangers earning some goals. They're earning some power plays. They're earning and have well earned their 3-1 lead here. Kovalov this season. He had the hat trick in the big win in New York against Pittsburgh.
Rangers on the power play have Gretzky with Noonan and Sundstrom. Driver and Leach. Gretzky moving with the puck. Daigneault bats it away. Daigneault and Hatcher with Francis and Nedved for Pittsburgh. Sundstrom against Hatcher. Noonan gets to the puck. Try to center. It was blocked and cleared by Nedved.
The Rangers keep the line together of Sundstrom, Noonan, and Gretzky for the power play.
Leach back for the puck. Rangers had 6 shots on goal on their first power play chance in the first period.
You know, they had 6 of them and missed the net with 2 or 3 more.
Leach, Sandstrom, and Lemieux have come on. Lemieux looking to break. Leach with a good play to keep it in, and went out of the zone offside. Whistled on the cross-ice pass from Leach to Sundstrom. 1:19 to go in the power play.
The decision time for Coley Campbell is close to the 1-minute mark. Will you make changes with your power play? Now it looks like he'll just make the one change on the blue line as Bruce Driver's replaced by Karpovtsov. And no forward change at all. So one more chance for the Gretzky unit here. I think next whistle, if there's a quick one, there will be a change.
Played by Ian Moran. Noonan was sitting on top of Tom Sandstrom for a moment. They got tied up around the blue line. Karpovtsev to Leach. Leach carries in, drops it off to Sundstrom. Now Karpovtsev down the board. Sundstrom. Gretzky's in the corner. Karpovtsev winds up and he shoots wide. Noonan was in front looking for a deflection. Leach winds it deep to Gretzky. Gretzky holding. Noonan's in front. Try to get it to Sundstrom. He's got the puck now. Holding. Gretzky behind the net. Sundstrom looking. Leach is tucked in from the point. Gretzky gets it to him. Leach back for Gretzky. 2 men in front. Back pass. Karpovtsev shoots. Save. Reagan. Rebound. Gretzky wide. Score! Wayne Gretzky on a backhander. It's a power play goal. And it's 4-1 Rangers.
Sam, the game in New York, the Rangers blew Pittsburgh out. A lot of it was the Rangers scoring 3 power play goals and Karpovtsev hitting the net with his shot. Remember, the Rangers were on Karpovtsev, hit the net with your shot? Well, he started to hit the net with his shot. Watch it here. There's a big boomer of a shot. It was towards the net. You see the ricochet, and Gretzky on the rebound with Sundstrom and Tamer screening Ken Reagan. There's the puck. You see Reagan look for it. He waves at it with his glove, misses, and Gretzky scores the power play goal. The Rangers lead 4-1. It's an explosion. Again, the shot. And you get the shot towards the goal. Karpovtsev has a big, heavy shot. And Gretzky found the rebound and scored.
So the Rangers exploding for 4 here in the second. Gretzky gets his 9th of the season, his 4th power play goal, and the Rangers with a 4-1 lead. And all in the first half of this second period. Karpovtsev trying to move the puck. Francis checked by Robitaille, turns it over. Here comes Graves. Graves got it all going at the 10-second mark of this second period.
That was
an offside whistle on the play.
Maybe the first time a puck had taken a Ranger bounce in what seems like a month. As the pass went across towards Graves, it went off a couple of feet that belonged to Pittsburgh Penguin players. Graves jumped in behind the defenseman, found the puck, and made a great shot. And the Rangers just seem to lift everybody up, and they've gone from that point on.
Brian Noonan gets his first point since coming back to the Rangers. Gretzky with his 9th, a power play goal from Karpovtsev and Noonan at 9:18. Karpovtsev with 2 assists in the game. 10 remaining in the second period.
I'm sorry, Sam. The shots are 9-2 in favor of the Rangers, and we're nearing the midpoint of this second period.
So the Rangers have played 4.5 periods against the Pittsburgh Penguins and had 74 shots. Fired in by Robitaille. They had 48 shots in the game in New York, and they've outscored Pittsburgh 12-2. Robitaille tries to avoid Kevin Hatcher. Graves along the boards with Francis on him. Daniel lost it. Feed to Graves. Graves shoots. It's blocked by Francis.
Reagan made a great play. It is a power play as Messier was pulled down behind the net. Boy, as Pittsburgh Penguin Club, it's struggle, and the Rangers are really working. They're earning things, and now Daniel goes to the penalty box. It's a cross-checking call as Messier took the hit.
Well, the Rangers' best game this season was against Pittsburgh in New York, and they're doing it again to the Penguins here in Pittsburgh.
The Rangers, I don't know, they seem to be all pulling in the same direction tonight, Sam. Even in the first period, even though they trailed, behind the net, there's a cross-check on Messier as Graves very nearly scored it. Reagan actually made a good play on it. Reagan goes out with a stick and then keeps the stick there and makes some save as Messier was cross-checked from behind and knocked down by Daniel in behind the goal.
Daniel for cross-checking at 10:31. Rangers' 3rd power play. They're 1 for 2. They are tied for the league lead in number of power play goals scored with Colorado with 23. They lead the league in power play percentage.
As the embattled coach of Eddie Johnson of the Pittsburgh club. Sam, how many times in recent games have we talked about the Rangers having trouble in second periods?
Yeah, a lot. Score! Sundstrom with a deflection. It's a power play goal.
And remember,
4 seconds into the power play.
There's no Tom Barrasso. He's out with a suspect shoulder injury. They've got a young kid on the bench, and this young kid's got to get the moose call here.
Patrick Lalime.
What's his heart doing right now? Oh, boy. They've got to make a change as Reggett's been beaten for 5 goals here in just over 10 minutes. And Ken Reggett's been real good for this hockey club. Tom Barrasso, I think, will end up getting traded. He went in and demanded, I'm not a backup goalie, and all of a sudden the shoulder was injured. Boy, oh boy. The Rangers score.
NHL debut for Patrick Lalime. 2 power play goals for the Rangers.
Another face-off win by the Rangers. They've destroyed Pittsburgh on the face-off in the game. You see the shot and a little deflection, and Ken Reagan is beaten. Gretzky wins it clean. You'll see the Sundstrom sneak in behind, go to the net, a little wee deflection as LaRue never bothered picking him up. And what a sneaky, nice deflection by Sundstrom. The Rangers lead 5-1.
Wow, Sundstrom picks up his 7th goal of the season. And the Rangers move in again on Lalime.
Dude, Gretzky there, he didn't think pass. He just wanted to shoot one right away on this young goalie.
Penguins trying to get one back here. Sundstrom takes it away. There's a penalty upcoming on Bukaboom.
Yes,
hooking is the call.
It was Murray, the big forward, driving to the net. And Bukaboom got caught pulling him down. So Pittsburgh trailing 5-1, they just absolutely need a power play to work for them.
And the first negative thing to happen to the Rangers in the second period, they lead 5-1. Bukaboom goes for hooking at 11 minutes.
In the first period, Pittsburgh's power play had a couple of chances to work. They ended up with 1 shot on goal. That was a wrist shot from Sandstrom, and nobody else did anything. And there's the stick into the midsection. And you see Murray reaching and working and trying to get to the puck. Finally, he's knocked down by Bukaboom. So Bookeboom in the box on the call.
The Rangers' goal was Sundstrom, his 7th. He broke a drought of 6 games. He'd gone 6 games without a goal. Leach and Gretzky assisted at 10:36, and now it's Bookeboom for hooking at 11 minutes. So the Rangers, with 5 goals here in the second period, have a 5-1 lead. Penguins with their 3rd power play of the game. They're 0 for 2. Francis, Yager, Lemieux, Klima, and Hatcher for the power play.
About the only ice time that Klima's getting right now. He's on the point on the power play.
Now it's Hatcher to Klima.
Messier broke a stick.
Lemieux looking. Graves and Messier. Samuelson and Karpovtsev.
There's an errant pass, and Hatcher was trying to move the broken stick out of the way and didn't see the puck coming across.
Messier gets back in the play. Fired to Lemieux. A save made by Richter. Graves drives it off the boards and all the way down.
Mario Lemieux's got to be just shaking his head. In years past, that was an automatic. And he didn't get the puck up high enough, and it either hit Samuelson or Richter made one great save.
Lemieux moves in again. Back pass to Klima. He shoots. Saved by Richter. He's got it.
This Pittsburgh club, even on the rush on the power play, they're dangerous. They make a nice play there. As Klima did get the shot, Richter with a nice save. Real good save, and he was able to squeeze the puck, not allow a rebound. Well, it's something. Mario's numbers, they're pretty good. 8 goals, 14 assists in 16 games. But he's not getting those goals that used to be automatic. Like, this used to be just automatic. Did he hit the post or did he hit Richter's left hand?
I thought he got the arm up.
Yeah, he may have. You're right, Sam. And Richter never, ever gives up on a play. And that time he looked at, you're in a position where you might get beat, so wave the hand up, do whatever you can in a desperate fashion. And Mike made a fine save, it appeared.
Francis on the faceoff against Sundstrom, and a clear by Lidster.
The Rangers are killing Francis on draws tonight. Just absolutely. Ronnie, I think, has only won a couple.
Kovalov and Sundstrom on with Leach and Lidster. This is Yager with the puck. Now Lemieux. Back pass to Francis. Off his stick and out of the zone. And the Penguins are the team that looks very disjointed. Rangers have done an outstanding job of controlling the game to this point.
It's the best focus we've seen with the Rangers in all areas.
It came out well in the first period, John, and came out even better in the second period.
Their penalty killing, their line changes. You see Langdon come off the bench and score a goal on the same rush. They're all pulling in the same direction.
Giveaway to Sundstrom. Kovalov's got the puck. Yager playing defense. Soft shot as he fanned on the shot. Yager's got it. Now Lemieux leaves it for Yager. Brings it across. Messier is there. Now Lemieux against Kovalov. Back pass to Daigneault. Now to Lemieux. Sandstrom battling Samuelson. Richter made a save in front. Sandstrom's helmet was ripped off by Samuelson.
Pushed off from behind.
Giveaway by Richter. He gets back in the crease. And Yager could not put the shot on goal. Bookeboom is back on. Teams are at full strength. Samuelson's having a strong game in his first game back. That one is tipped behind the net. Samuelson fires it up the boards. Murray just off the bench trying to keep it in. Rangers clear the zone. Penguins 0 for 3 on the power play in the game. Rangers 2 for 3. 5-1 Rangers, 6:35 to go in the second. Nedved off the stick of Dave Roach. Driver checks him. That's Sandstrom's helmet. It's on the ice in the corner. Gano try to take it away. Nedved for Murray. Driver swept to the side. Dave Roach has it. Winds it deep. Murray and Driver still tied up, and Nedved got clipped by an errant stick. As Driver was spinning around, he may have caught Nedved in the face. Noonan was knocked down by Murray. Rangers come out. Gano's got the puck. Gano making a move on Mironov. Mironov takes him out. Tamer swings it around the boards.
You almost get this feeling that Pittsburgh knows they have this young goaltender in there that's never played before, and they're desperate at not allowing the Rangers any offense against him. He hasn't been tested yet.
It's deep. Tamer's got the puck. Around the boards. Leach stops it. Tries to fire. It was blocked. He has it back. He plays it to Gretzky. Lets it go to Noonan. Gets it back. Out in front of his Tipton. Klima comes away with it. Klima and Sandstrom. Long shot by Sandstrom into the chest of Richter, and he covers up. 5:22 to go, second period. Rangers with all 5 goals here in the second. Lead it. Thomas Sandstrom going in front against his fellow Swede, Ulf Samuelsson.
Oh, when the shot comes through, watch the helmet. Ulf Samuelsson is a timing play. You have to knock the helmet off when the puck is being shot at the goal so you don't get a penalty. Karpatsev and Samuelsson go at each other. I'll tell you one thing about Sandstrom, even though it's 5-1 Rangers, he's still competing.
Rangers are out shooting the Penguins 27-13. Sandstrom playing hard.
It was a face-off. I'm watching Nemchinov. It's a 5-1 game, and Messier has won 11 of 15 face-offs, so he's 11-4. On that play, Nemchinov drew the puck back, and Mario shot it at the same time, so Richter held on. Now the Rangers make a real change here. They want a different line against Mario, and it's Gretzky against Mario. It's a great sight, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Mario wins the draw. Shot by Hatcher deflected off the skate wide of the net. Richter moves it. Gretzky to Sundstrom. Able to clear it out. This is Brian Noonan, who has an assist in the game in his first game back for the New York Rangers. Noonan taken down on the play by Francois Leroux. Maybe Leroux's first, or it's definitely his first shift in the second period.
Remember, he had the goal with Sherla that he was not even given a penalty minute for.
Murray almost took it away. His first shift on since that little battle with Shane Churla. Churla injured on the play in the fight with Sean Antoski, taken to the hospital for x-rays. Gretzky controlling, trying to get it to Robitaille. Robitaille and Nedved after the puck. Leroux with a hit in the corner. 5-1 Rangers with 4.5 minutes to go in the second. Ulf Samuelsson steps up into Jaromir Jagr. Nedved across, drop pass, gets the drop pass from Francis. His shot blocked by Karpatsev. Jagr checked by Samuelsson, who knocked him down. Samuelson's played a strong game.
Noonan is a fit for this team, and a healthy Samuelsson balances the blue line core, and the Rangers look like a different team here.
Puck deflects over the glass into the crowd. Play stops. 4:04 to go in the second. Adam Graves has one of the 5 goals. Wayne Gretzky has a goal and an assist in tonight's game. Wayne Gretzky, most points of any player against the Pittsburgh Penguins down through the years. Scoring his 9th goal of the season and assisting on a goal by Nicholas Sundstrom tonight.
Bobby Clark second. Brian Trottier is on the bench. He's an assistant coach along with Rick Kehoe for the Penguins.
Messier with Graves and Robitaille. Messier wins the face-off from Francis. Another win.
Ron Francis, he's just having a lot of trouble trying to win a draw. He's only won 3 of 13.
Maybe the new baby kept him up late last night or early this morning. Nedved was checked from behind.
Maybe when you go against Messier and Messier's hot, nobody's going to beat him.
Nedved. Good pressure from Ulf Samuelsson forced him out. Drop pass to Messier from Robitaille. The shot deflected by Craig Muni. Good effort by Jagr to get away from Robitaille. Moves in on Driver. Drops it off. Good play. Messier with a takeaway. Breaks the other way. Muni is back. Messier lost control. And Moran takes over. Ian Moran with the only goal for Pittsburgh. It came late in the first period. But the Rangers answered quickly early in the second. At 10 seconds, Adam Graves scored, starting a 5-goal onslaught. Dave Roach with a nice move. Fires, and it's blocked by Driver. Tyler Wright is on for the first time tonight, number 29. Leroux back for the puck.
Still don't think the Rangers have had a scoring chance on this young player.
No.
Of course, the Rangers are thinking defense first, which is natural. But Pittsburgh's cleaned up their act defensively. Tyler Wright pushing Driver. Litzner goes over to Wright. Yeah. Tyler Wright's out there to do one thing.
Start trouble.
And he tried.
Here's Nemchinov moving toward the net. Thought pass first, then try to find a shooting angle, and it all broke down. Gano has it back.
He's trying to feed Gano.
Kovalov breaks through and is hooked down on the play. Penalty called. Great effort by Kovalov.
Francis Leroux is not quick. He's got trouble with speed. And if you attack him with speed, you can make things happen. Earlier, Noonan almost went around Leroux and had a scoring chance. This time, Kovalov, who's had a strong game here, He just got to picture Penguins in the other team's uniform.
That's right.
And then he'd be fine. But here he challenged LaRue and beat him, and LaRue ends up taking the penalty with 2:19 to go here in this second period. So here's Gano giving the puck to Kovalov. There's LaRue, the defenseman. Kovalov just speed. He just flat out beat him with speed, and LaRue had to take the penalty. Now the young goaltender may get some action. Now here's Tyler Wright with Driver. The puck's now way up the other blue line. Look, Tyler Wright. Driver's not interested because why get involved when you have a 5-1 lead? Then Lister just skates by, and Wright now with another shot finally goes off the ice, and he gets involved during his first shift.
Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser. Fourth power play for the Rangers. They're 2 for 3. The penalty is LaRue for hooking at 17:41. Penguins win the faceoff and clear. Rangers 2 for 3 with 9 shots on the power play. They had 6 on the first one, which they didn't score. They've scored on 2 of their next 3 power play shots. Puck moved around by Lalime out of the zone. Patrick Lalime, 22 years old, a 6th-round draft pick of the Penguins, is in goal, replacing Ken Reagan, who gave up 5 here in the second period. Another clear by the Penguins.
The question is that if Barrasso does get traded, and he supposedly is out with a bad shoulder now, they have to find another goaltender, I would think, that's got some NHL experience to back up Ken Reagan. I would think. Also, Barrasso, first of all, which team would be interested? And second of all, he's got a pretty healthy contract. But Pittsburgh have to eat a good portion of that.
$2.7 million.
And, you know, I really shouldn't say he's going to be traded. I suspect there's a chance he's going to be traded. But time will bear that out.
Hatcher shorthanded, moving around Driver. Pass in front, missed by Sandstrom. Great setup from Hatcher to Sandstrom. They had a chance, good chance at a shorthanded goal. Gretzky finds Robitaille. Back to Gretzky. Has some room. He shoots. Save. Lalime can't control the rebound. Sundstrom tied up with Nedved. Sundstrom tried to draw a penalty. Went down on the play. Jágr brings it across. A minute to go in the second. Jágr shorthanded, blocked by Leach. Rangers try to break the other way. They do. Messier 2-on-1 with Graves. Messier shoots. He scores. Mark Messier. It's a power play goal. Rangers lead 6-1.
Got 5-1, and Jágr's thinking shorthanded goal. And did Brian Leach ever make a great play? He got the stick out, and then he got his right leg down and blocked the shot. And then the Rangers trapped the Penguins and moved up ice, and Messier took off like a rocket ship, and he beat the young goaltender to the stick side. Look at Leach backing up the Jágr. The stick out there, and then the leg. Now the Rangers can go the other way, and I think it's Robitaille with a little forward pass. 2-on-1. Muty gives Messier the shot, and inside the goalpost, Messier scores. Again, 2-on-1. Graves stays onside. There's a shot that Messier has scored hundreds of goals on in his NHL career.
That's right.
He has one there.
He now has sole possession of 5th place goal scoring wise. 5:45 for Mark Messier, breaking a tie he had with Maurice the Rocket Richard. And he's now 3 behind number 13, Michel Goulet. Messier and the Rangers are 3 for 4 on the power play.
And their penalty killing has been perfect. And Kovalov has made an impact in the game as Klima gets stopped there by Mike Richter. And the kid Lalime, Sam, first save he made, a big one on Gretzky, and then he gets beat by Messier on the next shot. Man, that's got to be intimidating. And the other thing is Kovalov has the goal, has the assist, and he drew the penalty for that power play goal that Messier just scored.
Messier, his 6th from Robitaille at 19:11. So the Rangers score in the first minute and the last minute of the period.
You know, Leach does not get an assist on it, and perhaps should, but he made the defensive play on the wrist shot from inside the top of the circle by Jágr.
Awesome second period for the Rangers. 6 goals, 3 power play goals. They have now outscored Pittsburgh 14-2 thus far this season. Messier again, missed wide. Graves gets over, keeps it in.
Sundstrom getting an added shift here with Messier, simply to be defensive. He's so smart defensively. We saw that on what he did with Hatcher when he lifted the stick, which led to a goal. In the last few seconds of this last shift, he's on the ice in a defensive role.
What a period for the New York Rangers. It started at the 10-second mark. You hear that? The booze that the Rangers heard in Madison Square Garden when they were having trouble, the Penguins are hearing it tonight from their standing room only crowd here at the Pittsburgh Civic Arena. The Rangers, with their biggest explosion of the season, 6 goals in the second period, lead the Penguins 6-1, end of 2. And though he doesn't look it, Coley Campbell's got to be feeling mighty good about that period, the way his team came out.
You know what he does, and I give him credit for it. He tries to stay even, Sam. Even when the feeding frenzy was on, everybody calling for his job, he didn't overreact. He looked it squarely in the eye, and here he has a 6-1 lead. He's got the same look.
Rangers looking good. And we'll be talking to maybe the new good luck charm, Brian Noonan, when we come back.
New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Empire Blue Cross and Blue Shield, the best of health. By Amtrak Metroliner, the smarter shuttle. And by Excite, the internet navigation network at www.excite.com. Are you experienced?
We are back. Second period scoring summary is brought to you by your Tri-State GMC truck dealers. Comfortably in demand. Adam Graves at 10 seconds, his 8th. Kovalov at 3:59, his 6th. 37 seconds later, Langdon second from Nemchinov and Kovalov. Then power play goals. Gretzky from Karpovtsev, Noonan, Sundstrom from Leach and Gretzky, Messier from Robitaille. 6 goals in the second period. Rangers 3 for 4 on the power play in the game. Penguins 0 for 3, and the Rangers out shooting the Penguins 29-15 for the game. Face-off, Rangers with a big edge. Messier especially has been dominant. Ron Francis has had a tough night, and quality scoring chances. Rangers 17, Pittsburgh 7. So good night thus far for Colin Campbell and his New York Rangers to start this 6-game road trip. They'd like to finish, I would think, John, with a solid third period.
Yeah, the only negative to the Rangers so far is the injury to Shane Churla. Left cheekbone, it appears he's being x-rayed, and it did not sound real good for Shane and the Rangers. Other than that, the Rangers have gotten production from everybody. Their goaltending has been better than Pittsburgh's. Their power play is better than Pittsburgh's. Their best player is better than Pittsburgh's. And their role player is better than Pittsburgh's so far.
Nedved to Yager. Back to Nedved. He scores. Oh, that's 13 seconds into the third period. So the Penguins, you can't relax on this team. They're explosive.
When you have Yager and you have Lemieux, and now you see how quickly it happens here. 13 seconds in. Nedved scores on the open side on a beautiful passing play. Not taking the body. And you have to take the body. Nedved made the play. Now watch him circle the wagons right behind everybody. Wasn't picked up quick enough, and he knew he had to shoot it quickly. He did so. Richter didn't get across, and all of a sudden it's 6-2.
Nedved gets his 7th. And it's a 6-2 game. Lalim out to play the puck. 22-year-old Patrick Lalim in his NHL debut has been playing with the Cleveland Lumberjacks in the International League, Pittsburgh minor league farm team. Called up when Barrasso went down with the suspected shoulder injury.
So he did have the injury to the shoulder last year, but it's just speculation around Pittsburgh here that they don't know how serious his shoulder is.
Here's Tamer bringing it across with some room. He shoots, saved by Richter. Tough save on the shot by Chris Tamer.
Nedved and Samuelson meet up after the whistle. And Samuelson trying to, I think, get the spirits of the Rangers up a little bit here. They're backing up. Pittsburgh has scored, and there Tamer had a scoring chance. Pittsburgh has not replaced the Samuelson-type player here in Pittsburgh since he's been traded away.
The nasty defense.
Now there's talk that Smolinski may end up an Islander for Darius Kasparaitis. Here's the save, and then you see right there Samuelson take Nedved away from the net and finish him in a nasty way. A lot of talk, and it's very serious talk here in Pittsburgh. that Darius Kasparaitis may be coming here for Brian Smolinski.
Smolinski is a Group 2 free agent. He's been holding out his rights, or Pittsburgh has matching rights, but they could trade him. He's been playing with Detroit in the International League.
The Vipers, but he didn't play last night. There's some talk that he left. He's expecting a trade maybe over this weekend here to or to the Islanders.
Sandstrom with a takeaway from Bukaboom, but his back pass is out of the zone. The goal, Nedved is 7th from Yager and Mironov at 13 seconds. So Yager with 2 assists in the game. We have an offside whistle on the play. A minute 23 seconds into the third period.
I have to correct myself, too. With Maurice Richard was passed by Mark Messier. I said they both have the same set of eyes. I meant look to their eyes.
Okay.
Of course, they don't have.
we who know you, John, understand what you were
But you have
saying.
to really listen to understand what I'm saying sometimes.
Lemieux against Gretzky. Gretzky's teams in head-to-head matchup with Mario Lemieux, 14-7-1, trying to make it 15. J.J. Daniel with the puck. Penguins overall 5-11-1 on the season. Richter pokes it away from Glenn Murray. Backhanded by Sandstrom, but Leach with a nice play. Taken back by Kevin Hatcher. Daniel for Lemieux. Lemieux slides it in front, just gave it away to Leach. Leach clears out to Gano. Gretzky down the boards. Centering pass to Gano. He turns, his shot blocked. And it's brought out by Glenn Murray. Nice hit by Gano. Knocked down Murray. Driver moving with the puck. Lead for Gano. It's onside. He breaks in. He cuts to the middle. And it's slid off his stick.
Penalty.
And he takes... A penalty is called. Good effort as he draws the penalty. Daniel Gano with good speed, and he cuts to the net this time, as opposed to the other night against Philadelphia.
The original pass was a good pass, too. I think it was from Bruce Driver. And Gano got it in full stride, and you're right. See how he cuts to the net? When you cut to the net, things happen. I'm telling you, either get your scoring chance from a better shooting angle, or you draw a penalty. There's the original pass. Beauty, that was just onside, not two lines. Gano's got the head up, this long stick extended, cuts in front of Moran, and Moran takes the penalty.
Rangers get their 5th power play of the game. Most power play chances they've had in the last 5.
Now here's something to think about. Mario Lemieux does not like the hooking. Watch Gretzky get the puck and watch what happens to him. That's a little one-handed hook, but it was enough to slow Gretzky down. Not call him. Well, it wouldn't have been a penalty, but just a little, a little thought.
Little tug. Moran for hooking at 2:27. Rangers 4th, make that their 5th power play. They're 3 for 4. They lead the league in power play goals scored and power play goal percentage. Richter moves it around the boards for Driver. Driver and Leach. Messier, Graves, and Robitaille for the power play. Penguins have Hatcher and Tamer with Francis and Nedved. This is Graves shooting. Saved by Lalime. Robitaille in front for Graves. It went off his skate, and Lalime stopped it. Cleared out. Driver's got the puck. 3 minutes gone by in the third. 6-2, Rangers leading it. Messier, nice move around Nedved. Drops it off for Graves. Takes the shot. Just wide around the boards. Past Driver. And he recovers in center. Leads Graves. All the way across for Messier. Daigneault is there to check in. Around the net to Graves. Gives it back to Leach. Now Graves. Looking. Back pass to Driver. Takes the shot high off the end boards. Graves back to Leach. He shoots. Save Lalime. Rebound cleared aside by Hatcher. And driven all the way down.
Of course, when you play against Pittsburgh and you have a power play, you think of shorthanded. Goals against Pittsburgh has had 3. Francis, Yager, and Sandstrom, 1 apiece.
Brian Noonan on with Wayne Gretzky and Nicholas Sundstrom. Gretzky's pass stolen by Yager. Leach trying to take it back. Sundstrom for Noonan. Yager all over him. Noonan went down. Sandstrom takes it away. 20 seconds to go in the Rangers power play. Sandstrom's passes for Craig Muni. Around the board, Samuelson has come on for the final seconds of the power play. Sundstrom brings it out. Samuelson tried to draw a penalty.
He's a bad actor.
As he was tied up with Sandstrom. Uh-oh! Big hit by Tyler Wright on Nicholas Sundstrom.
That was a good hit. Good, hard hit.
He went high. Now Sundstrom's going back and right.
Sam, I don't think he caught him in the chest and it knocked his helmet right off. Tyler Wright came off the bench. This time it was a good, I thought, clean hit Sundstrom was not expecting it. Sundstrom got up, and he's okay.
Rangers have some words for Tom Wright.
And they should. I mean, you've got to stick up for your guy that just got nailed. But I think it was a clean hit. The puck, I think, was there, and it was right into the chest.
Well, things settling down now as the officials get in between the players. 15:25 remaining in the third period. Icing was whistled on Pittsburgh.
You know, Pittsburgh has won all 5 faceoffs so far in this third period, and a hit like this may wake a team up a little bit. See Sundstrom with the puck, and then boom, yeah. The follow-through with the stick did not hit Sundstrom. The chest is what got hit. And the puck went by the arm and up. Some people may think it was an elbow, but I think that was all an extension after the initial hit. And well, maybe he did get caught up high on the face. Maybe he got clipped up high then. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe his shoulder and arm did hit the nose of Sundstrom. It was a hard hit.
Little cut on the bridge of the nose.
Sometimes you get caught looking for the puck down at your skates, and it goes by you. You don't think anything's going to happen. With Tyler Wright, who hasn't had much ice time, that may be only his second shift. And he just nailed Sundstrom, who's had a great game for the Rangers tonight. Just watch the impact here. Here's the hit. Oh, Sundstrom had his head down. That's why and I think the shoulder of Wright went right into the face of Sundstrom as Sundstrom was bending over watching the puck.
That's a clean hit.
Yeah,
Sundstrom's okay. He's clear-headed. Pat LaFontaine was hit by Francois Leroux of the Penguins, and he's still bothered by a concussion. He's got to sit out a few weeks now.
That's his 5th concussion. He'll take 3 to 4 weeks off. Washington was interested in trading for him, but I don't think that'll happen now.
Francis turns. The shot blocked by Samuelson. Graves checked by Mironov. Able to clear the zone. Chris Tamer for Yager, but Messier had him tied up. It'll be an icing on Pittsburgh.
And Pittsburgh competing a lot more here now in the third period. They're down, or were down 6-1. It's now 6-2. But you can see their intensity level has been up quite a bit.
Rangers will be in Calgary Monday night. Calgary's in St. Louis tonight, and the Blues are leading the Flames 1-0.
Well, Calgary's a 500 team going into tonight's action, and they've had a good beginning to their season. Yeah. Well, you know, the only real genuine star there is Theo Fleury.
Had a good win in Chicago the other night,
that's a terrific win. Pierre Pagé and his staff done a nice job with the Calgary Flames. I think right here, Coley Campbell telling through the sign language what he wants his players to do when the puck is dropped and who to play on who.
It'll be Messier against Lemieux on the face-off. Lemieux on with Sandstrom and Murray. Messier on with Graves and Robitaille.
Sundstrom
wins it.
Sorry, Sam. Sundstrom had an ice pack on the back of his neck, and he's still being attended to.
Daniel moves it to Sandstrom. He's able to clear the zone. Lemieux's got the puck. 15:50 to go in the third. Rangers leading 6-2. Around the board, stopped by Hatcher, knocked down by Samuelson. Boy, Samuelson's had a good game. Moving in on Daniel. Backhands it through. It was a pass intended for Robitaille. Samuelson chases it down. Messier and Daniel. Graves center, score! Luc Robitaille off a beautiful feed from Adam Graves, and it's 7-2.
They don't know if it just gone to the bench, so he doesn't get the plus. I think Bookeboom got out there, and he'll get the plus. No, pardon me, Leach. Anyway, the Rangers work the puck deep and do a nice job with Graves and Messier back there. Robitaille's the third man high. If the Rangers get the puck, he used to go right in front, and sure enough, they did. Graves with a great setup, and Robitaille the goal. Now here you see the puck go deep. There's Samuelson. He'll try and keep it in here and then head to the bench. Now the Rangers can forecheck. Samuelson's still going to the bench. Robitaille's the third man high. He's not covered, and bang, it's a goal. And Samuelson doesn't get the plus. At least we'll get the plus as he replaced Samuelson.
But a good effort all the way around. The Rangers regained the 5-goal lead. Offside is whistled on Pittsburgh. It's 7-2. This is the second highest goal total in the game this season for the Rangers. And the highest was against Pittsburgh with 8. Now they have scored 15 goals against the Penguins in 2 games this season.
And Messier working with Daniel. Graves with the play. Samuelson might even get an assist if Messier doesn't. And Olf was on the bench. Now there's the puck fired around. Now Olf's had great skating legs considering that's the second shot he's blocked too in the third period here. The earlier one was on Francis, but he's had good legs. Well, he's a well-conditioned athlete. He really is.
Oh, he really works hard. And, you know, it's his hard work in the rehabilitation that's brought him back so quickly. Nice feed to Nedved, goes off his stick. Uh-oh. Tamer throwing punches at Kovalov. Now Bukaboom steps in and wails away.
Tamer knew that Bukaboom would be over there when he saw Kovalov get knocked around. Francis still having words with Kovalov.
It started with Francis and Kovalov, then Tamer came in and hit Kovalov, and Bukaboom came in and went at Tamer.
Kovalov, I didn't see how it started with Kovalov and Francis at all. Bukaboom is Sam, he's had some troubled moments this year, has Bukaboom with the puck, but he is a team player. And he's a rugged guy, and he's big, and he's a warrior. You see it on that play.
Francis and Kovalov will go off for penalties. Bukaboom and Tamer as well for the fight. And I think Coley Campbell not understanding why Kovalov was penalized.
Kovalov up high on the boards. He's hooking away at Francis, and Francis got mad and gave Kovalov a shot. Kovalov stayed with him. Now let's watch Tamer come over here. There, oh man, he really gave Kovalov a shot from behind. And this is why Bukaboom now steps in, and Tamer knows Bukaboom is coming. See, they pair off, and that was an even up start to that beginning of that fight. And then Bukaboom, who's so much bigger than Tamer, ended up winning the scrap. It'll be interesting to see what Terry Gregson saw there as Kovalov was hooking at Ron Francis. That's when Tamer came in from behind. You never know what's going to be called. Last night there was a fight in a game. Mick Magoo was refereeing. There were 6 punches thrown by a player, and he got a roughing minor. So you just never know what's going to be called. You don't know.
The referees have been given a lot of discretion, John. A lot of latitude to make their calls. Now, both penalty box doors are still open. Terry Gregson talking things over with Brian Leach and Jaromir Jagr has gone back to the official scorer.
He was explaining things, and then, Bukaboom, I think Bukaboom looks like he's gone. He may have gotten, well, I don't know what he got, but he's gone. Coley Campbell just looking at him at the bench. Man. He was not very happy.
Are they going to give him a third man in?
Sam, to be perfectly honest with you, you figure it out, because I can't.
Oh, this would be unbelievable, and I happen to agree with Coley Campbell here.
We don't know what the call is yet.
Well, Bukaboom's gone to the locker room.
Well, you wonder if he got 15 minutes, 10 minutes plus the 5.
Coley Campbell is just incredulous here. He just can't believe.
Quit using those big words.
Oh, all right. Tamer's gone to the Pittsburgh locker room, so you may be right there, John. Both guys may be getting
5 apiece plus 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think that Tamer should. I mean, Kovalov was hooking and interfering. That should be 2 minutes. Tamer took a shot at Kovalov from behind. That should be at least 2 minutes. And then Bukaboom and Tamer 5 minutes for fighting apiece. And then if they get a misconduct tagged on, I mean, Terry Gregson's still trying to figure it out here.
We've got 2 on the board for Kovalov. But Terry Gregson was pointing to the Pittsburgh bench to send somebody into the penalty box. Rangers are leading 7-2 with 13:59 to go in the third period. There's the scoreboard. That's what's up there right now. And Terry Gregson once again is at the scorer's table explaining the calls, and now he wants somebody in the penalty box for Pittsburgh.
Kovalov is off the box or off the board now. I mean, if it's called even, you'd understand it.
Francis once again is skating toward the penalty box.
Oh, I see. He was not in there.
He was in there, then he left. Now he's going back in. All right, so
Coley Campbell's calmed down. He's now back behind the players on his bench. A little miscommunication there in trying to make the calls. Still not announced here.
Well, both teams have lost leading defensemen in Jeff Bukaboom and Chris Tamer.
Yeah, Tamer, you know, I talked about Bukaboom being a warrior. So is Tamer. He's a tough guy, and he's not a real big, gigantic defenseman, but he plays hard.
Jeff Bukaboom, 2 minutes for instigating, 5 minutes for fighting, and a 10-minute misconduct. Number 27, Alexei Kovalev, 2 minutes for hooking.
Pittsburgh penalties. Number 10, Ron Francis, 2 minutes for roughing. Number 2, Chris Taylor, 2 minutes for roughing, 2 minutes for fighting, and a game misconduct. Time of the penalties.
Now we hear it all. Okay. So Bookaboo gets 17 minutes. Tamer got the 2 for roughing, which is the hit on Kovalov from behind, the 5 for fighting, and a game misconduct.
You know what? Terry Gregson deserves, he did a good job. Those calls are very consistent to the way he called the fighting major earlier, and he was dead on with all these. Bookaboo did go after Tamer to fight him. These were dead on, and in this particular situation, Terry Gregson took his time, but he got it right.
13:15 to go. Here's Yager cutting in and shooting. Richter makes the save and covers up.
Do you concur?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I should have. Give the referee
I was looking
credit
for the call on Tamer for hitting Kovalov. He made it with a 2-minute roughing call.
And I never thought about it, but Instigator is right because Bookaboo went right around after Tamer and wanted him and went after him to start it. Robitaille and Mironov having some words.
13:14 to go. You know, we talked to Jaromir Jagr this morning. He's not a guy that wants to be interviewed on camera. We talked to him about the problems that Pittsburgh's having scoring. He says the teams that are having success this year are the ones who score ugly goals. The high-skilled teams like us and the Rangers are struggling. And it's interesting that these two similar teams with a lot of highly skilled players playing a wide-open game, and you see all the goals the Rangers are scoring in this one.
Well, everybody has the opinions. I think everybody's just trying to figure it out more than anything else. Everybody's trying to figure it out what's happening, what's going on.
That was from the Amtrak Metroliner quote book. Amtrak Metroliner, the smarter shuttle. Just under 13 minutes to go in the third. Puck frozen along the boards. We'll step out for a moment. Rangers have scored 1 in the third, so is Pittsburgh, 7-2. Rangers and Penguins here in Pittsburgh. Remember last year in the playoffs, John, the problems with the benches?
The end on Nationals, right where Jim Ramsey, the trainer's bending over. That was the length of the bench. The league made here in Pittsburgh, the building lengthened the bench so it's right at center ice. So both teams now have the same amount of room on the bench for the players. Last year was 3 or 4 feet wider in favor of Pittsburgh, and then the other team that would come in here was just absolutely cramped up on the bench.
And the goalie had to sit in the runway most of the time.
Actually,
only backup goalie.
Only the goalie for Washington still does. Sits down by the locker room entrance.
Sundstrom gave it up to Sandstrom. And Sundstrom has it back. Sundstrom okay after that big hit from Tyler Wright. Well, 20 to go in the third. Rangers leading 7-2. Here's Gano moving across with Gretzky. Gretzky turns, got a shot off. It was partially deflected by Daigneault. Lalime made the save. Rangers with 7 different goal scorers in the game.
Yeah, it's been a balanced evening, hasn't it?
Good effort.
And the power play and the penalty kill and a little bit of everything.
I think, and here is Christian Dubé, who may be making his first appearance in the game.
Yeah, he's played very, very little.
Dubé on with Gano and Nemchinov. So Dubé playing right wing here with Shane Churla out of the game, having been injured in a fight with Sean Antoski.
Tyler Wright just threw another check. He gets his money's worth when he's out there. He threw a check into Dubé.
Karpovtsev sending it in. Graves, Kovalov, Langdon.
Dubé, I'm sorry, Sam. Dubé went right by Roche and gave him a shot on the line change. And Roche is twice the size of Dubé. Dubé was mad because Roche battled him before on the boards on the same shift. So as Dubé was skating by, he saw Roche, and he gave him a shot. Roche went back at him. No, Dubé not backing up at all.
Well, he wants to get involved, let people know he's in the building. And we have penalties called to Dubé and Roche. They go off for 2 minutes each. Starting to run down the goal scoring. Graves, Kovalov, Langdon, Gretzky, Sundstrom, Messier, and Robitaille for the Rangers.
And here's Tyler Wright moving in on Dubé. A pretty good hit again. Wright likes to finish his checks after you've either passed the puck or fired the puck in the other team's zone. He gets his money's worth.
2 minutes each to Roche and Dubé, so the teams will skate 4 aside for 2 minutes. 11:23 to go, third period. Rangers leading 7-2. Pittsburgh goals by Ian Moran and Peter Nedved. Nedved a goal and an assist in the game. Yager with 2 assists, and Mario Lemieux kept off the board.
He's hardly had any offense at all. You know, you look at this now, 4-on-4, Francis and Nedved. Then Pittsburgh has the luxury of coming back with Lemieux and Yager.
We also have Daigneault and Hatcher on. Rangers have Graves, Messier, Lidster, and Samuelson.
Doug Lidster's had a strong game, Sam.
Messier brings it across for Samuelson. Graves turns. His shot hit the side of the net. Nedved picks it up. Outlets for Daigneault. Back to Nedved. He's tied up. Gets it back. Against Lidster. Lidster stays with him nicely.
Samuelson and Yager. Yager broke his stick on the play.
Good effort by Lidster to stop Nedved. There's Richter out to play the puck. Yager without a stick couldn't do anything, so Samuelson outlets to Messier. Skating 4 aside here. Messier takes a hit from Mironov.
Messier and Graves have to change now so they can get fresh people against fresh Lemieux and Yager.
Lemieux moving in on Karpovtsev. Nice pass to Yager against Leach. Now Lemieux cutting on Noonan. Shot by Moran is a save by Richter. Noonan's got the puck. And Leach. Gretzky and Noonan on for the Rangers. Noonan sending it back to Alexander Karpovtsev. Now Brian Leach. 31-year-old Brian Noonan returning for the New York Rangers, having played the end of the Stanley Cup championship year in the following season and signing with St. Louis, and in this his second year of a 3-year deal. The Blues deciding to go with younger players, a lot of younger players, letting Noonan go. Quinn's shot deflected by Karpovtsev went wide. 5 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Quinn got knocked down, prompting a roar from the crowd. And the teams are back at full strength as Dubé and Roche return. Gretzky to Kovalov. Kovalov trying to beat Daigneault. Controlling, turning, and shooting. Save went off the left arm of Lalime. Driver sending it toward the net. A deflection off of Hatcher is stopped by Lalime.
Gretzky and Kovalov teamed up on one defenseman. Gretzky's shot was, or his pass was so accurate, it went right on the stick blade of Kovalov, and then when Kovalov spun around, turned away from the net, Gretzky got involved with 2 Penguins, taking them out of the play, allowing open ice for Kovalov to move in, and his shot by Kovalov, the Kovalov shot just going wide. What an accurate passer this man is. Kovalov gives it to Gretzky. Watch the pass back, right on the stick blade. Now watch Gretzky take 2 guys out right here. Opens the ice up a little bit, and Kovalov's shot ricocheted wide.
Wayne Gretzky started tonight's play 3rd in the league in the NHL in scoring, behind Joe Sakic and Peter Forsberg of Colorado, and 3rd in the league in assists, and has a goal and an assist for 27 points on the year.
Kind of right on the ice again, getting a regular shift here in the 3rd. We'll see how rambunctious he is here.
Puck pops up in the air, bounces down along the ledge. Wright tries to clear the zone. He does. Under 9 minutes to go in the 3rd. LaRue for Pittsburgh off the boards. Lidster's there to stop it. Up in Montreal, the Canadiens bouncing back after a loss in Washington last night 3-1. They're leading Vancouver 6-0.
You know, Mario Tremblay on the hot seat as the coach there. Even the French reporters and writers calling for Mario Tremblay, who's a French Canadian, and that's when that happens, that's bad.
Oh, Langdon got hit by LaRue, drops his gloves. Langdon went at Tyler Wright. That was trying to get back at Wright for all the hitting he's been doing. And then LaRue stepped in, hit Langdon, who flew a little bit and embellished things. And then LaRue dropped his gloves.
To finish that thought, Mario Tremblay never showed up for morning practice this morning at the Forum or the Molson Center.
LaRue and Langdon get 2 minutes each.
Yeah, LaRue taking care of his teammate Tyler Wright, who's been running the Rangers all during this period. And Langdon, I think, right here, takes a run at Wright, and he turns around. Ooh, LaRue got his money's worth. That was a pretty good shot.
Both deserve penalties.
Yeah.
Langdon hit Tyler Wright high, and LaRue answered in kind.
So 2 minutes apiece and some more 4-on-4 action.
Messier, Graves, Karpovtsev, and Samuelson for the Rangers. Yager and Nedved, Mironov, and Moran for Pittsburgh. 7-2, Rangers leading it. 8:25 to go. Langdon gets 2 for high sticking. LaRue gets 2 for roughing at 11:35. Messier fires in. And Mironov plays the puck. Around to Ian Moran. Ian Moran was the last player cut from the U.S. national team before the Olympics in 1994. Good takeaway by Karpovtsev.
It's got to be a terrible feeling.
Oh, man. Messier all over Nedved. Samuelson. Well, what a plus to see Ulf Samuelson back in the lineup, skating a full shift, skating hard, and being involved physically.
Square pegs fit into square holes. And what you need is a perfect fit is what I'm getting at. And Samuelson was a fit right now for the Rangers, as is Brian Noonan.
Messier shoots, he scores! Mark Messier off the feed from Adam Graves gives the Rangers an 8-2 lead. The patented Messier shot from the right side beats Lalim for the second time in the game.
Same side shot. This one caroms in off the goal post. Graves with a puck in the neutral zone. The Rangers work the puck out of their own zone. And there's a great pass. There's Messier's spot. That's right off the goal post. He's got the sights on the rifle are set perfectly in this game. He moves in. He's got a little room. He knows now's the time to shoot. The young goaltender probably hasn't seen Mark play very much. Most goaltenders would expect a shot to that spot. With a whip of the stick. Messier with one leg in the air. Now 2 arms in the air.
Messier's second of the game, his 7th of the season from Graves at 12:27 gives the Rangers their second 8th spot against Pittsburgh this season. They beat them 8-1 in New York. They lead 8-2 here in Pittsburgh. What a night. And Messier with 2 goals and an assist in the game. Graves with a goal and 2 assists in the game. Richter covers up.
Nice save on Kevin Hatcher as Mario was on the setup. As we have a little more open action here with 4-on-4. Each team with a man in the penalty box. The Rangers scored the goal 4-on-4, and Pittsburgh very close to scoring. Look at Mario with that long reach. He reads Hatcher. There's the shot. And Richter with a real good save. That was a point-blank shot. And pretty good save, but Richter squeezes the puck, and there's no rebound.
18 saves in the game for Mike Richter. Rangers have outshot the Penguins 36-20.
That may seem like an easy night for the goaltender, only facing 20, but this is the Pittsburgh Penguins. And you saw the last one. Hatcher was on there. Yager's had some good wrist shots. Richter's been real sharp.
Rangers trailed 1-0 end of the first period. They had a strong first period, but the Penguins scored late at 18:59. Ian Moran scored, gave the Penguins a 1-0 lead. But Adam Graves scored at 10 seconds of the second period and got the Rangers off to a 6-goal second. Hatcher missed the net, which was wide open. Hit the outside of the net. Back the other way comes Gretzky on the 4-on-4 with a lot of open ice. Here comes Leach against Hatcher. Back for Gretzky, but Daigneault takes it. Lemieux stopped by Lidster. Francis to the puck and the shot. Save, rebound, score. J.J. Daigneault makes it 8-3 with 6:32 to go in the game.
You want to get into a run-and-gun shootout with Pittsburgh? That's what happens. Man, where are they going? Kevin Hatcher, I don't know how he missed. He had a wide-open net, hit the goalpost. And then this time, Daigneault had the chance to score. You can see Lemieux had position on Lidster, a good save, but nobody picked up Daigneault coming late. And Daigneault able to finish with the wide-open net. Watch the play develop here. See, Lemieux gets a little bit of body position on the outside of Lidster that gives him some open ice. Francis stayed on side, and you can see Gretzky not back with Daigneault. Daigneault beats Gretzky to the puck, and the Penguins get their 3rd goal of the game.
J.J. Daigneault gets his 2nd goal of the season, and it's an 8-3 game. Each team with 2 goals here in the 3rd period. Ian Moran plays it across, broken up by Kovalov. Nemchinov's got it. Lead to Kovalov. He moves in. Big shot wide.
Well, nice play by Kovalov and Nemchinov. Those two have worked well in this game as a pair on the same line.
Dave Roche avoids Samuelson. Low down by Nemchinov, and the puck knocked away by Kovalov. Langdon clears the zone. Teams are back at full strength. 5:50 to go in the third. Ken Reggett started in goal for Pittsburgh, gave up 5 of the 6 goals the Rangers scored in the second period. Patrick Lalime replaced him, making his NHL debut. He's given up 3 goals in the game. 2 to Messier, 1 to Robitaille. Dave Roach with the puck in 5.5 minutes to go. Now Ian Moran. Karpovtsev. Now Leach dumps it in the Pittsburgh zone. Penguins are a team that offside was whistled on the play that has to worry. Excuse me, it's an icing called on the Rangers. They'll bring it back. Penguins are a team that has to be really worried about their situation, John. They're getting, this is their 18th game, and they're sitting in last in the Eastern Conference with only 11 points on the season.
I think it's genuine concern. I think probably you're going to see, you know, you don't want to deal and make trades from weakness or panic, but Smolinski's got to be traded. If he's not going to be here, they got to trade him and find something to help their team. And obviously a defenseman is what they need, and they need it badly.
This was starting tonight. Ottawa has won. Montreal is winning, and they're about to finish off that game against Vancouver. They've got a 6-goal lead. So suddenly things will start to widen, and teams start to drop.
You know,
It'll be tough to climb out of that big hole.
A young kid who got the shutout over New Jersey, Mike Fountain, supposed to be the starter tonight for Vancouver and Montreal. So he sees highs and lows in a real hurry in the NHL, doesn't he? McLean, the goaltender for Vancouver, is out with a knee injury right now.
Yeah, he underwent surgery right after the Rangers game. He felt pain in his knee, and he's out for, he underwent arthroscopic surgery. He's out for 4 weeks.
I think it was on the goal that Brian Leach scored.
Big collision. Tyler Wright's involved again, this time with Leach.
And now Graves wants him.
Robitaille was there. Graves is there. Tyler Wright, a former draft pick, former first-round draft pick of the Edmonton Oilers.
And the Rangers know that Tyler Wright was running around and he had a green light to go do it. So the Rangers are trying to put up the orange light and the red light and not allow him to run around and knock the Rangers. I mean, he threw a pretty good hit earlier into Nicholas Sundstrom. One of the Rangers is hurt over at the bench, too. It looks like one of their forwards being worked on by Jim Ramsey. It might be Nemchinov, but I'm not sure. Kovalov, pardon me.
The soreness in the hand. 4.5 minutes to go in the third. 8-3. Rangers leading it. Penalties have been handed out to Adam Graves and Tyler Wright. With 4.5 minutes remaining in the game, the Rangers leading 8-3.
And you see here as Graves moves across. Leach tried to hit Wright, who prepared himself for it. And now Wright knows that Graves is going to go after him. And he kept his head ducked. Wright gets 2 minutes, and I think Graves gets 4 minutes.
Yep, Graves gets a double minor. So it's a power play for Pittsburgh. 15:30 the time of the penalty.
Every shift he's been on the ice, he's been in the center of a storm.
Hasn't been playing much, and obviously looking for playing time as a fourth-line player. And Pittsburgh basically plays a 2.5 or maybe a 3-line game.
He had 295 minutes in penalties 1 year playing for Swift Current in the junior league out in Western Canada. Swift Current, Saskatchewan.
Power play Pittsburgh, they're fourth. They're 0 for 3 in the game. Big factor in this game, Rangers power play. 3 power play goals. They were 3 for 3 on the power play in the second period. 8-3, Rangers leading it. 4 minutes to go. Samuelson with Karpovtsev, Messier, and Kovalov. Messier was hooking at Yager, lost his stick. Now he tracks it down. Klima and Hatcher. Lemieux, Francis, and Yager for the power play. Here's Hatcher. Long drive deflected by Messier. Comes to Lemieux. Samuelson chases him. Klima. Now Lemieux. Francis down low to Yager. Kovalov has come on with Messier. Here's Klima to Francis. And it's deflected by Messier. 2 good defensive plays on that shift by Mark Messier. Driver and Lidster have come on. Yager. Here's Lemieux. Noonan has come on with Sundstrom. Shot deflected by Sundstrom up into the crowd with 41 seconds to go in the power play for Pittsburgh and 3:11 to go in the game.
Well, the power play not working as the Rangers penalty killing has been real strong in this one. Mario, the Penguins continue to try to make that real nice play, even though they're number 2 in their penalty kill. Here's Mario and Ophi. Ophi going to the bench. Mario. Hello.
Well, that's hi, guy. You know, they used to be good friends here. How you doing, Ophi?
I think Kasparaitis would be a fit for this club if that indeed did happen, and it's been written about quite a bit here.
Yeah, I think he would, John. I agree. Daigneault moves it to Lemieux and gets it back. Lemieux has a point in the game. He got an assist on the Daigneault goal. The third Pittsburgh goal of the game was Daigneault from Francis and Lemieux at 13:28. Clear all the way down.
Well, Smolinski would be a good fit for the Islanders, too. I mean, the Islanders have so many defensemen.
Listen to John brokering a deal.
No, I'm not brokering a deal. I'm just saying, what if? If it does happen, I mean, you have to talk about both angles. Just kidding, John.
Oh, yeah,
sure, Sam. Get me in trouble. Yeah. Throw him out. Yeah. Throw him to the Sharks.
Well, you know Smolinski wants to play.
Yeah.
Islanders lost at home to Ottawa 4-1 tonight after tying Florida 3-3 last night. Actually, Florida tied them 3-3. The Islanders were up 3-1 in that game. LaRue has trouble. Steal by Gano. Save by Lalime. Nice hustle by Daniel Gano. Teams are back at full strength. Koprivtsev plays it off the boards. 2 minutes to go in the game. 8-3 Rangers. A good start to the road trip for the New York Rangers. LaRue with the intercept in front. 6-goal second period. Samuelson with a slash at Yager, and he got called for it. Samuelson's going to go. With 1:48 to go, Barry Gregson whistles the penalty on Oak Samuelson.
Let Samuelson go back and tap the goal pad of Mike Richter. I think he went back and apologized, knowing that with 1:48 to go, he didn't have to do it. I mean, it just wasn't something that he needed to do with an 8-3 lead. In under 2 minutes to go in the game, Yager there goes wide, and the stick came down across the left leg of Yager.
And the call made. That was earlier. This is Gano's play, John.
Oh, yeah. He went around Mironov, and there he beat the much slower LaRue. And the youngster in goal made a nice save off of Daniel Gano. Lalime with a good save.
Samuelson slashing at 18-12. Power play for Pittsburgh. They're 5th of the game. They're 0 for 4.
Samuelson super slashing at 18-12.
Rangers go to Calgary, fly out right after tonight's game. We'll play Monday night. We'll be on the air at 7 o'clock with MCS Cannon game night.
What is snow? And somewhere around 0 is the temperature.
8 days to Phoenix. Minute 40 remaining. Rangers play in Edmonton Thursday night, in Vancouver next Saturday night, in Phoenix a week from Tuesday, in Colorado a week from Wednesday. Good steal by Kovalov. Finds Messier.
Penalty.
And a save made by Lalime, and a penalty on Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the first pass out of the zone by Pittsburgh was a bad one to Yager. I mean, don't hit your teammate with a good pass on your power play, you're in trouble. And that's when Kovalov and Messier just were thinking together as one. Kovalov went to the puck, Messier went to the hole, and Kovalov made the pass. Messier was hooked, and the penalty was taken. Messier wanted to see if any hats would be thrown out of the stand.
That was a terrific play by Kovalov.
Here's the pass. No good. Klima's pass way in behind Yager. Kovalov's got the puck, and there goes Messier. I mean, just like Messier and Kovalov were in sync. Again, in this particular game, the Rangers all pulling in the same direction. Everybody's thinking together. We haven't seen that. Very, very, very seldom, but we certainly have seen it here tonight.
Hatcher for hooking at 18:33, and Mark Messier, who's been quiet in the last 5 games, has come alive with a strong game tonight. You could say that up and down the line. Been a strong effort. And Messier off the face-off went on goal, and Lalime made the save.
They're doing that to Nedved. See, Nedved draws the puck to his left all the time. And when he draws it, that's towards the goalie. And the Rangers centermen are shooting it.
Messier and Gretzky on the ice together in a 4-on-4 skating situation with 1:10 to go in the game. Messier, Gretzky, Lidster, and Driver for the Rangers. Moran and Daigneault with Tyler Wright and Peter Nedved for the Penguins. Less than a minute to go in the game. And the remaining fans, and this crowd is about a third of the house that was originally here. And it was a sellout standing room only crowd of 17,355 with the derisive cheer for the Penguins. 8-3 Rangers. Driver, Gretzky. Nedved on Gretzky. Gretzky fights off the hook check. Gretzky controlling, puts it in front to Messier. Save, 2 saves by Lalime. Gretzky trying to set up Messier for the hat trick, and Mark knows.
He had 2 shots.
Had it.
Yeah, he had 2 shots. Mark, all his years, I think all the years he played, Sam, except for 2, he had more assists than goals. And he's been a very unselfish player, as we all know. And I think in this game here, late in the third, he wants to get the hat. And you can see Gretzky set him up twice. The second shot, Lalime had let his body go away from the goalpost. There was some room up there, but Mark could not elevate the puck over top of the young goaltender. So that's it. Messier will not get the hat trick in this one. There's 26.4 to go. Only 1 shift left.
What a sight, the two of them skating together in a game, and Gretzky trying to set him up for the hat trick.
It's a great sight in a game where things have gone well for the Rangers. It's painful for everybody to this point in many games.
15 seconds to go in the game. Karpovtsev pounded by Sandstrom. Sends it back to Kovalov. 5 seconds. And that's it. Final seconds. Wind down. And that's the horn. Rangers defeat the Pittsburgh Penguins, and a good start to the long road trip for Coley Campbell as the Rangers respond with a terrific effort. Down 1-0 into the first after a strong first period in which they were kept off the board. The Rangers scored 6 goals in the second period. The return of Ulf Samuelsson, a big factor. He was very active in the game, very physical against the Penguins. Ryan Noonan is 1-0 in his return with the New York Rangers.
Noonan had a lot of ice time through 2 periods. Not very much in the third, and that's smart. His conditioning levels coming back after missing 3 games due to the knee. I think Coley Campbell did a real nice job, and not why drive Noonan into the ice when you have a nice lead. Let him keep his energy and be prepared for the next game at Calgary. Richter had a strong game. He didn't have to be spectacular, but he certainly was strong. I don't think there was any weaknesses, Sam. The balance was there. The toughness was there. The only negative is the injury to Shane Sherlin. We hope it's not a bad one, but it did not look good with a left cheekbone problem.
He was injured in a fight with Sean Antosky in the first period. Mike Richter broke a 3-game personal losing streak. And the Rangers' 3-game losing streak and 5-game winless streak is over. They beat Pittsburgh 8-3. We'll be right back. Rangers now 2-0 against the Penguins this season, outscoring them 16-4. And our Marriott Marquee player of the game is Ulf Samuelsson, the New York Marriott Marquee, Broadway's biggest hit. Ulfie's return helped spark the Rangers to the win, and he joins us now. And Ulfie, tell us how you feel. We were raving about your play. It seemed like you were involved physically all the way.
Yeah, I felt good. I mean, it was hard to be sitting on the side there and watching these guys go through the stuff they went through, and I mean, just really happy to be back.
Well, when you play Pittsburgh, generally it's a high-paced game. Now, knowing that you were out with the injury for such a long period of time, did the conditioning hold up as well as you thought it would?
Yeah, it did. I was really happy with it. It felt a little sluggish in the start, but I got a few shifts under my belt, and it felt a lot better throughout the game.
What do you feel was the key to your fast return, the way you rehabilitated and worked to come back?
That Ramsey guy, I still don't know what his first name is, but I mean, he's a tremendous trainer, and you know, he put me way ahead of schedule. I mean, he did some things I've never seen before, and I'm real happy to be working with him.
How so, Ulfie? Can you explain some of the things that you did that pushed your schedule ahead?
Well, I think we looked at the knee with Mike or Jim or Robert Ramsey, whatever his name is, every day, and we didn't push it too far and didn't set it back for a few days or a week. And we pushed it only as hard as we could, but we were pretty aggressive, and I think in the early stages that paid off at the end, made me come back a little early.
Now, what about wearing the brace? Did it bother you at all?
No, it's a perfect brace. It's from Lennox Hill, and I didn't feel it at all.
Now, in this game, Ophi, you played a lot against Jaromir Jagr. Any specific game plan you have in your mind going in, knowing you're going to play a really terrific player like Jaromir?
Well, we got a lot of help from Adam Graves tonight. We switched on and off him, sort of shadowing him, and then next shift we're at defense. We're taking him, so we're kind of screwing with his mind a little bit tonight. And I mean, they still had a lot of good chances, but we did pretty good.
Now, there was one play you made where we think you should have gotten an assist on this play. You headed to the bench, but you probably didn't even get a plus on it. Do you remember this play here? Let's see if we can pick it up.
You blocked the shot and get the puck deep, and as you get it deep here, you headed back. I think you got the puck again and got it deep, and then went to the bench.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the big boys wanted the helper, so they can have it. I don't need it.
Ophi, what's the attitude on the team like starting this road trip? Was there some nervousness, some concern about all the talk about job security of the coach, about the way the team has been playing? What's the attitude amongst the players?
It was pretty tense and pretty quiet, a lot different from when I went out with my injury. You can really notice that the pressure is getting to a lot of guys. I've seen a lot of guys not play with their confidence the way they were, and but I think we're all looking at ourselves before we're looking at any coaching changes. I mean, we're the guys on the ice. I mean, they're supplying us with the best information they can on a daily basis, and it's up to us to get the job done for them.
You know, a lot of times when people talk about forwards, they talk about line combinations, and with defensemen, it's pairings. You played a lot again with Karpovtsov. You were playing a lot with Karpovtsov before the injury. What is it that makes you two work well together?
Well, maybe it is the European schooling. I don't know. It's we seems to be working well together. You know, we're giving ourselves some easy passes out. We're not keeping it too complicated, and I think that's been a key for us this year.
Any talking out on the ice? We noticed that Mario gave you a little tap on that last shift when you went to the bench.
Yeah. He's,
is it tough to play against your ex? Well, you're still their friends, but ex-teammates.
Not really. I mean, when you get into it, everyone is strictly business. But I mean, you always say hi to them and maybe go out for dinner or something when you see them. But we're all paid an enormous amount of money to do a job, and you can't really have any feelings out there.
Ophi, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on a fine game.
Thank you.
Ulf Samuelsson back in the lineup tonight, a couple of weeks early, and he helps the Rangers defeat the Penguins 8-3. Back with more of our post-game wrap-up in just a moment.